So we are all met then.
We are all met. So are we well met?
We might be well on that.
Yeah, topical.
I like it.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers, as we are playing Valley of Famine, a Deadlands Reloaded actual play podcast.
Episode 3, we get fat loot.
No. But maybe. Who knows? My name's Ben, and I'm here with Austin, Ed, and Nick. I almost called him Nick L. Nick S. Unfortunately, Rosemary was unable to join us. Her gun-slinging skills will be sorely missed, I'm sure.
And bullet-soaking skills.
Bullet-soaking, cat-soaking skills.
And cat-soaking skills.
Cat-soaking skills, yep. Also the tracking skills of her dog, probably.
Oh, we're going to be the blind leading the blind here.
Yep.
Let's get lost.
Let's get lost. Once again, I'm Ben. I am the marshal for this campaign.
I'm Austin, playing Macario, the crazy rodeo clown.
I'm Ed. I'm playing Railin Daisy, the weird scientist.
I'm Nick S. playing Haru Matsuhara, the samurai.
And when last we left off, you'd just gotten paid for retrieving the black skull of Attila the Hun for Mordecai Zamenhof, the ringmaster of Zamenhof's Imaginarium of Wonder and Terror. And he and his people are packing up when you each get approached individually by the news people of the Rogue Valley. That being Alexander Corbin of the Oregon Sentinel and Valerie Rose of the Epitaph Branch Office. They're asking for interviews. This is all separate times. This is not necessarily like you get paid, you turn around, and they're waiting with a pad of paper and a pen. But at some point in time, you all get approached by these two individuals. Not and not at the same time for both of them either. It's like
Could be breakfast, one of them shows up.
right, exactly. So we'll start with you, Macario. They're asking for an interview.
All right. And so I just get approached.
Yep.
Yes. What you want?
We'll go with Valerie Rose for this first one, huh? Yes. You're Macario. Is that right?
Yes, I'm Macario.
You were involved with that business with the circus and the woman that was murdered.
Yes, I saw it. Big worm ate her.
Yes, that was terrible, really. You helped apprehend and ultimately kill that thing, didn't you?
Yeah, I tie it down and then a big railway rifle destroy it.
Yes, that was quite impressive. Well, you're new here to the Rogue Valley, aren't you?
Yes, I came into town about a week ago, I think, and trying to find a new job now.
Well, if I'm not the first, allow me to be the first to welcome you to the Rogue Valley and thank you for leaping into action to stop that abomination.
Is no problem. Was a little too late to save woman, though.
Literally leaping, if I remember right.
Would you mind telling me you went off after the bandits that stole the skull, right?
Yes. Me and deputy. Her name.
Deputy Dog.
Deputy Dog. No. What's her name? What's her character's name?
Rachel Kennedy.
Rachel. Yes, Rachel made a group a posse, and the posse went out, and we got the skull back that the men had stolen, and yeah, here I am now.
What did you see up there out in the forest? And did you get in a big shootout with those awful bandits?
No, a lot of bandits killing bandits. It was more, we follow a trail, and at the end of a trail, we find a skull and bring it back.
And so are you avoiding telling her about...
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Spare the girl's poor ears about the terrible things that happen. Best that people do not know.
All right. And she asks you some more questions that if I were a more prepared GM, I would have.
Right. And I successfully deflect all of them because you're not a more prepared GM, and thus I don't have to win any sort of social checks.
There you go. And you go through the same rigmarole with Alexander Corbin of the Oregon Sentinel.
Okay.
We're not going to role play through that. Just it's basically asking all the same questions, maybe just a little differently. But Daisy, you giving an interview when approached?
Sure.
All right, and so we'll skip the question part. Just give me the rundown of what you're telling them.
Well, yeah, basically, we caught up with the bandits. They were dead. And we caught up with the ones who killed them. They were dead. And then it happened a few more times, and eventually we got the skull back by, killing the bandits. Or killing the people who came after it. But yeah, there was a lot of people interested in this thing, it seems. That's all I can say.
Right on. Haru. Giving the interview is purely optional. I should ask Daisy. Who do you give that interview to? Both newspapers, one over the other. Or you're like, I already gave an interview. Fuck off.
Well, no, I'd probably talk to the first one. Talk to me. Probably the woman.
Okay. So you gave an interview to Valerie Rose.
Valerie Rose. Yeah.
Okay.
I would have at least answered a few questions.
Okay. Any particular paper over the other, or both?
Both.
Both. Okay.
He doesn't show any favoritism towards the newspaper.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think about how he would have described the situation because he would have been succinct.
Mm-hmm.
Skull made people very greedy. Bad men deserve what they got. We got Skull back, and it should be in safer hands. Or at least more attentive ones. That is all I have to say.
That was all? Okay. So, both of the papers basically put out kind of very similar articles based on the interviews you gave them. Valerie Rose, her edition of the Epitaph here in the Rogue Valley, puts a fairly positive spin on it. Yeah, this rattler was let loose, and these men stole his skull, but fortunately, the Rogue Valley seems to have capable hands willing to step forward and protect it from the nefarious and the abomination alike. The Oregon Sentinel says much of the same stuff, but puts in a kind of a grimmer cast, if you will. There's putting forward the facts. This beast was set loose and a woman was eaten before it was successfully put down. And, here's the death toll that resulted from the pursuit of the skull itself. And it was pretty just bare bones. Here are the facts. Here's the sequence of events. Here's what happened. No sort of positive spin on it. Just it's a fairly. It's pretty much like a what's the fucking word? Factoid? No.
Yeah, there's a word for it. I can't.
It's just the news. The news without any opinion added in there.
The way the news should be.
It's true.
It's the
I was
news
going to say,
without
Haru would
journalism.
respect the shit out of that because it'd be You tell it how it is.
Yeah.
Motion, cloud judgment.
So, but people seem to be pretty hardened by Valerie Rose's article. Macario, as a newcomer to the Rogue Valley, you certainly get a lot of respect and deference because of that, because your name is in there.
Yeah, and I think when he sees people like nodding to him and tipping their hats and stuff, he's going to be a little bit confused about it, like kind of waving a little confused, like "Hi."
Well, for your participation in giving interviews in the newspapers, go ahead and take a Benny. So now, Macario, you still had a wound, right? And you never got healed.
Oh, I did. I forgot about that.
So a week is going to go by.
Benny somewhere.
You can make a natural healing roll. Are you seeing a doctor at all during this time?
Yeah, I think he would go see a doctor.
All right,
He's got money.
Yeah, you got money. For a doctor's visit to the office, it's $3. Let's say a week.
Okay.
To get care. And the local doctor in Jacksonville is Dr. Isaac Breyer. So go ahead and give me a vigor roll at +2. So you're going to be a net -1.
Okay. D8. That's not this time.
Or net +1. I think I said -1.
That is a blow up.
All right.
Woo.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
you're all healed up. Did anyone else have any residual wounds?
I did not get hurt, luckily.
I was
I was asleep.
But I think
I managed to.
You got all healed up. I
yeah,
think.
that's right. Yeah, I got healed up. So
All right. So about 2 weeks go by. It's getting towards the end of August. The forest seems a little more. Well, I won't say inviting, but it feels less like it's looming over the town. Folks still, if they're going out at night, they go in groups or at least with a buddy. But those who do go out alone, they come back. Just usually saying, "Wow, it was really freaky out there. I wish I had gone with someone." Yeah.
But not saying, like, I got attacked by the undead. Help.
Right, exactly, yeah. Almost as if maybe the fear level had gone down by a level.
Oh, wow.
Oh, actually, that means...
So now my grit's at a -1.
Ooh, what is that?
We were at a -2.
For grit?
Yeah, for
on
fear
fear
level.
checks. On fear
Yeah.
checks.
Oh,
You add your grit to fear checks,
yeah.
but you also subtract the ambient fear level. And since y'all gave interviews and successfully lowered the fear level, you get a legendary Benny or fate chip.
Man. Awesome.
Wish we would have done that before we got the first order. Oh, it worked that way, I guess.
I wanted to draw now.
Remember, it should be on top.
Maybe all the enemies we fight just have jokers and we can
That's what. Damn it.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I know.
So, 2 weeks have gone by. It's getting closer to September, end of August. Where are you staying in all of this? What are you doing?
I think that, he's come back. He's got a little bit more money now, especially since we've sold all our horses, we've sold our extra weapons. So he's going to look for someplace that's a little bit nicer, live a little more on the town, just a little more.
Okay.
So he was living in like the shittiest hotel in town. Is there like a slightly nicer one?
Oh, yeah, totally. There's actually like the Jacksonville Inn, which is probably the nicest place in the Rogue Valley.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, assuming that's not like $1 million a night, I think that would be good.
A high-class hotel is $10 a night.
Ooh,
How long
that's
did
too
you live
pricey.
there?
That's too pricey. Is there like a good medium ground between like Horse Stable and Jacksonville Inn?
They only give me low-class hotel and high-class hotel. I'll give you medium or middle of the road and say it for $5.
What's the low?
Low-class hotel is $2.
Yeah.
Boarding house with meals is $3. There you go.
That's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Boarding house with meals. Yep. So you want me to pay like 2 weeks of that?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, what are you doing for money in the meantime? Are you doing anything?
I think he's still looking for work at this point. The circus just left town. I don't know how he's going to be to
we're
find.
packed up, and the circus packed up and left.
Yeah.
You could just put on shows. There's, you're good with rope, so you could pick up the odd job here and there with some of the ranchers for.
You know what he's actually going to do? He's going to sell his services as a clown around town and see if he can get to like any kids' parties, birthday parties.
Birthday parties,
like a shindig, like maybe a little bar show or.
Sure. Probably more like that. I don't think the
birthday parties were not common during the.
Not so much. No.
You had to grow up quick.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, you get pretty popular with the saloons and the bars and what happens. So you're able to make enough money to kind of pay for your boarding house.
Cool.
I figure my inn that I have is paid for partly by the Iron Dragon Railroad.
Yeah, pretty much your Iron Dragon stipend that you get as the chief of railroad police pays for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And this doesn't necessarily cost a lot of money, but another thing Macario's doing is basically trying to do some strength training, like doing pull-ups and lifting stuff and trying to like build up his strength because he had to fight these horrific abominations. And he knows that like having his weak, broken arms is just not going to cut it if he runs into more of these things.
Okay.
So that was my advance.
There you go. Okay, good. Yeah, 2 weeks go by, getting back on track with that. And Haru, middle of the day, where are you?
Working.
And what is working?
I feel I'm walking through the workers' camps at the railroad, just making sure that there's no squabbles going on, nobody threatening to report to management.
Okay. Is it in the living camps or like out in the field where they're working on the spur line?
I'm thinking out in the field where they're working on the spur line.
Okay.
Just trying to make sure that they're I don't want to be too mean to them.
Right, but you're.
But I'm just kind of riding on my horse, keeping an eye on things.
You're there's a phrase for it. Military uses a lot.
Patrol.
No, not patrol. Display of power. There's a fancier way to say it.
Oh, yeah. Shit. I'm former Army. I can't even think of the word right now. I know what you're talking about. Though.
It's not quite show of force. Is not strictly what you're doing. I mean, it's another way of saying it, but it's a cruder way of. Anyway, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm showing my presence.
Yeah. When a rider comes up looking for you.
Writer or rider?
Rider, like he's on a horse.
Okay.
There you go. Yep.
Need 2 coconuts. Anyway, he's approaching me.
Yeah, he's a Chinese guy. You recognize him as kind of one of the administrators for Iron Dragon. Works beneath Lun Hui.
Okay. I give him an appraising look and a gentle nod. What do you need?
You know what I need is your character's full name again.
Haru Matsuhara. Haru being his, person
his
name.
Person name, yeah. Matsuhara, your presence is requested at the station by Madame Hui.
I shall be there most quickly.
Excellent.
Turn my horse
All right.
and start riding that direction.
It looks like he rides off to talk to the foreman a bit.
Okay.
You ride back to town. It probably takes a couple hours. The spur line's pretty slow going. They're really only averaging at best a mile a day. Sometimes less. And it's not necessarily because of any failing of the workers, but some days you ride out there and it's almost as if the force has somehow managed to erase the previous day's progress.
That is... Thinking to himself is most uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Especially given your recent experiences out there in that forest.
Yeah, it's
a lot of time is put into clear-cutting the way for the rail line that's going through. making it a great big pain in the ass, really. So you get back to the station after a couple of hours, and you go up to Lan Hui's office. And how do you greet her? What's your relationship with Lan Hui?
Professional. Strictly. Again, being Japanese does not necessarily appreciate Chinese.
Well, and she's Vietnamese.
So she's Vietnamese? Well,
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he would still be just mostly professional, no emotional attachment to her or anything. So he'd come in, he'd bow.
What's his personal feeling? Maybe no one else knows this, but does Haru like Lan Hui? Does he respect her, or is it kind of...
He respects her as a superior, but I feel that he may have heard some of the other side things that she does. He just tries to turn a blind eye to it because he needs the
support of Iron Dragon.
Yeah, he needs the resource, and so his emotional attachment is like nil. He's more of bow politely. Lin Hui, what's her name?
Lan Hui.
Lan Hui. He'd be. Miss Hui, I am here for you. What is it you require?
It looks like she's going over some records, and like you, announce yourself, and she's just like,
so announcing himself, he'd be Matsuhara Haru, here to see you, Madam Hui.
Ah, yes, Haru, please sit down. She closes whatever record book she was working on.
He comes in. He finds more comfort in more of standing than sitting.
Okay. And probably by this point, like, her invitation to sit is really just an empty gesture. She knows you're going to stand.
Yeah.
She doesn't really care. She's kind of going through the motions. She's not drinking whiskey or anything like that. Ben is, but... The stagecoach is late.
What, might I ask, who or what was on stagecoach?
An Iron Dragon executive coming to investigate our rail lines and our operations.
Where was
And to ask as to why we are 2 weeks behind schedule on the spur line.
Why unimportant? More, where was stagecoach last seen?
Telegraph said it was left safely on the other side of the pass. That was 4 days ago.
4 days last seen in pass. I will investigate further if that is your wish.
Those Gaijin that you went gallivanting, it's not really a word should be used, but I can't think of a better. Gallivanting into the...
Westerners. Westerners is usually a good term to use, if you don't know the...
No, gallivanting was the term I was not pleased with.
Gaijin's a Japanese term, so I was kind of like...
Oh.
You can say Westerners is what most Asian people would have used, like an umbrella term.
Western dogs, even.
Western dogs. Those Westerners you went gallivanting into the forest with a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Based on what I've read in the newspaper, it would seem they'd be useful in this. I want that man found alive. It would look very, very bad for us if he were to die in transit.
I live to serve, Madam Hui. I will find them, and I find him, and I will bring him to you alive. I will go ask those associates that I have met if they are willing to help me in this endeavor.
You are authorized to promise them $10 reward for any information.
It will be done.
Good.
He turns and walks out the door, and
she basically like opens her book, her accounting book open again, gives you no further notice.
yeah, at the moment she gave him permission to leave, he would have turned on his heel and walked out the door.
Perfect.
Now he has to go figure out where they are.
Give me a streetwise roll.
Yeah, okay.
Is that default?
Perfect. So that's just D6, right? Or
D4 minus 2.
D4 minus 2.
You
And
still get your wild die, but that's also a minus 2. Ooh, dear.
no idea. I got
Alright.
a 1 and a 1.
That's fine. It takes you all afternoon. The result of that is that the two of you, Daisy, where are you at this time? Are you back in Ashland?
Probably. So that's where I live, but I probably head into town, more than at least once a week or so.
Okay. We'll say this coincides with, like, you're in town. Maybe picking up supplies or just, who knows? We'll say
Looking for information on her day.
Yeah, there you go. checking in at the telegraph office at Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll say you're doing.
All right.
Ashland probably does have its own telegraph office, but since Jackson was kind of the hub of communication, you often check in there just to see if, like, Jacksonville has received a message that they just haven't passed on to Ashland yet. No news there, unfortunately, but someone comes walking by and says, "Oh, hey, Railin, hear that?"
They probably call me Daisy.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Railin's like a title because of my life on the railroad.
All right. Daisy, I hear that that Miramoto fellow is looking for you.
Miramoto?
Sorry.
You have some weird memory from a different world called Rokugan. Miramoto.
What I'd play that.
Do you mean Haru?
Yeah, that was that feller's name. Same thing for you there, Macario. So, what are you doing when someone comes looking, mentions, hey, Haru's looking for you?
Oh, yeah, I will find him. I'm sure he needs help. Where is he? Where do you see him?
Well, funny you should ask. He was looking at the outhouses for some reason.
The what?
The crappers.
Oh, the shithole.
Yes.
Macario walks
I was about to call it a shit house myself. Right?
Yeah, so I go look for him.
Okay. Are you still at the shit houses?
I think I would have moved on.
Okay.
After checking a couple of them, would have realized this is probably not where he's at.
Haru! Ah! Haru!
Macario? No. Macario? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and give me opposed nose checks.
Okay. Opposed?
Uh-huh.
Alright. D4. That's what I got.
Nope. 10.
Okay. So you're walking away from the crappers when you notice Macario walking on over.
Macario-san, I have been looking for you.
Oh, Haru. Yes, man said you were looking for me.
Yes, I have been looking for you and Daisy-san. I am in need of your assistance in a job of mine.
Yes, Haru. Job. More trouble. More horrible monsters.
I hope not to see any more of the... You notice that he's kind of looking around to see what kind of public people are around, kind of gauge the situation.
You're out in the streets. I imagine you probably step close enough to have
A
a
conversation.
polite conversation. So it's not like anyone's really in a position
He's
to
gonna
overhear you.
He's gonna speak a little quieter though. I hope to not find any more terrible monstrosities on this particular job, but my employer has asked that I look for an executive of the Iron Dragon, and I would very much appreciate having some assistance in locating him alive.
This Iron Dragon, that is on the train?
Yes, it is the train company.
By the way, the executive's name is Shang Jin.
What does the Iron Dragon logo look like? Is it like colored or?
Can you spell that?
SHENG is his family name, and then JIN would be his personal name.
Things like that are like things that everyone should know. They hide in the Marshal's handbook.
Right. They're, I'd say they're pretty good generally about that. Like the stuff that's in the Marshal's handbook is really for only the Marshal to know.
Yeah, I peeked in it for some character background.
Just for
figure out what railroad I wanted to work.
kind of keeping story going as you're looking that up. My employer has authorized me to offer $10 for assisting me in this job.
It is find a man?
Just find the man. He has been missing for 4 days.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it is not.
I think I will go with you, Haru.
I very much appreciate your assistance.
Of course. I still have my horse. Do you have transport?
My horse is tied up nearby. I have been on foot looking for the two of you. Part of what has been taking them so long to look for them.
Right. I'd say at this point in time, Daisy, you probably can walk. You see him in the street because I imagine you made your way away from the outhouses.
Oh, over your shoulder is Daisy, the woman with the gun.
Hey, Haru, Macario, how's it going?
If
Are you looking for us?
If I am to be most honest, I am, in fact, in a deep amount of need for your assistance. As I have told Macario here, my employer has authorized me to offer you $10 to help me locate an executive of the Iron Dragon.
$10? What's the executive's name?
Shang Jin.
Do I know this guy?
Go ahead and you've got knowledge.
I have knowledge
right?
Rail Wars.
Go ahead and give me a roll there.
I just want to use that skill eventually.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good to use a skill that...
Wow, that's a clear one. Woo! I don't know who he is at all.
Not a jack-diddle idea.
Roll a 2 and a 1.
Macario, as far as your question regarding... Here we go. Here it is, right here.
Was that actually in the... No, that's Marshall.
That's in the Marshal's Guide, of course.
That's what I remember from...
So, for those who don't know, it's kind of a green circle with a sort of goldish border, a couple of red and white lines in there, and it's got a Chinese dragon in the middle of it in white.
Because where were we? I had just been telling them about what we were doing.
Yeah, you were just telling them about...
I interrupted everything by having us look up the logo, but now we know what the logo looks like.
Yeah.
It's relevant to Macario in a weird way that I don't want to go into yet.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know the guy.
Actually, well, interestingly enough, probably Haru would have a badge with it on it.
That's true. That is true. And you already knew that Haru, whiskey, that Haru was the chief of police, of railroad police, here in the Rogue Valley.
Yeah.
Modern day equivalent to chief security officer for a company.
Yeah. Well, I think back in the day, the chief of railroad police, based on the political pull that railroad companies had, actually had legal means.
Oh, yeah, it'd be full. And back then, it would be full legal means. It's nowadays wouldn't.
Yeah. as far as so you find Daisy and you find Macario, and it sounds like you successfully recruited them to your cause.
Yeah, $10. Come on.
As far as Deputy Kennedy, where do you go looking for her?
I look at the local sheriff's office. My tongue is getting tied.
There you go. You go walking in the sheriff's office, and you see Sheriff Ross sitting at his desk. He's got pretty much a half-drunk bottle of whiskey sitting on his desk. He's got a full shot glass there. He's got a cigar hanging out of his lips, and he's leaned back, and he's just going through paperwork. And kind of as you come walking in, he flicks his amber eyes up at you, and yeah.
Hello, Sheriff. I am looking for your Deputy Kennedy.
Yeah, what do you want for her?
I was hoping to enlist her aid in looking for an executive for my company.
Well, I'm afraid the deputy is on enforced medical leave, given her injuries last time she went out into the forest.
I can
all half-cocked like that.
I can respect your decision to have your deputy get rest. She was a very valuable asset.
That she is. You were one of them folk went out there in the forest with her, weren't you?
I was.
I thank you very kindly for making sure she got back alive.
I tried to warn her before she was attacked. I am most ashamed that I did not get my warning out quicker.
Well, Deputy Kennedy's pretty headstrong like that. I'm not surprised, to be honest, but grateful nonetheless to have her back alive. You can't find good folk like that very often.
I am also most pleased that she made it out alive. She is a skilled marksman.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that, and then some. Well, if it's none too personal, what are you asking for her for?
I am looking for an executive for my company. He went missing in the past 4 days ago. I am tasked with trying to locate him and bring him back alive.
He went missing here in town 4 days ago?
No, somewhere in the pass.
Oh, the stage is late.
The stagecoach.
Well, you got any information on that? Let me know. I'd greatly appreciate that.
I will share anything that I find with you, Sheriff. I wish to have most respectful relations with you.
Same here. Now, you're chief of railroad police, and normally, from what I hear, local law enforcement don't get along real well with rail baron companies, but I'm hoping we can find some sort of a common ground.
I hope so as well. I wish to not make trouble with you.
Good. Don't like trouble. Trouble gets you dead. Anyway, yeah, deputy's on medical leave, and I'm gonna make sure she stays on medical leave because, frankly, she'd probably go running off on whatever adventure.
I understand that. Give Deputy Kennedy my regards.
Ah, well. Good luck looking for your executive or whatever it was he said. I don't actually remember because I've had too much whiskey. This is insane.
I actually wrote a thing that I actually said that you should be looking for.
Well, I'm not sure if you outright said like,
no, I said executive. I did.
Did you? Okay, then yeah.
I
He doesn't have any mysterious extra knowledge that you didn't like.
Yeah, no. He
drop.
I said executive. I didn't say his name. I just said the executive
Okay.
on it. And he said the stagecoach, and yes,
because the stagecoach is late. He knows that much. His office can probably look at where the stagecoach stop is. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but
maybe.
the stagecoach stop historically in Jacksonville was right next to Beekman's Bank.
Oh yeah.
Now, precisely where the sheriff's office was in relation to that, I don't know. But for the purposes of our campaign, it's within viewing distance.
Well, thank you, Sheriff. I will be sharing any information I have on the stagecoach as soon as I possibly can.
I do appreciate that. Makes my job a lot easier when folks share information. Might pass that tidbit of wisdom on to your boss.
I will if I find a good opportunity.
So, no. Well, good day. Oddly enough, Ben doesn't remember. What's your family name? Matsuhara. Oddly enough, he addresses you as Matsuhara-san.
Haru puzzles it in his head for a minute. Not used to all of the white Westerners using proper, semi-proper. Bows his head, and to you, Sheriff's son. Using title because it's more respectful in that regard.
Not because you don't remember his name.
Do you remember his name?
Yes, I do remember.
What's his name?
Sheriff
What's
Ross.
his name, Nick?
Wow, the whiskey's.
I was like, I don't remember his name.
That sounds amazing. Normally, my brain just swerves right into.
I've got that comfort zone of the fact that I'm home, so
Yeah, me, I'm on edge.
yeah. Yeah, he nods, bids you a good day, and goes back to whatever his paperwork is and drinking his whiskey. He didn't seem very, Ben's pretty affected by the whiskey, but sure, Ross, you imagine he worked that bottle on his own. He didn't seem drunk.
Man can hold his liquor.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thought.
He's been working on that for a week, that's all.
Now, this is me asking them out of character. Were you guys in the room or not? Because that will depend. That will help me.
I don't think so. I think this one.
That scene could take place at any time, really.
Okay.
Did you want us to be there with you? Because I was.
Well, I
wasn't
kind of
picturing
imagine you guys like waiting right outside the door or something.
Yeah,
while
that
we're
would make
talking.
sense. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Haru would have stepped out and looked at you. Deputy Kennedy will not be able to help us, so it'll be just the three of us.
Well, rats.
I suggest we saddle up and head to the pass. It is our best.
I'm going to say, actually, probably Deputy Kennedy was sitting locked in a jail cell under enforced medical leave.
Why do I like that image so much? She said, "They're like, I want to help. I really do."
I think we have a new adventure. Rescue Deputy Kennedy.
Yeah, maybe.
Forced to read.
Right now.
It's completely derail looking for this executive. Let's get her out of jail.
Right? Do that guy. We need our friend.
She's forced to read stories to the other prisoners.
No, you definitely get the sense that Sheriff Ross is very defensive of his deputy. He values her as an officer of the law. And she got ripped apart. She's got a permanent injury, and she still had at least one lingering wound at the end of the last adventure. So the sheriff is basically making sure she doesn't.
That's part of why Haru acted the way he does, because he's got loyalty to her and for helping, and they formed a kind of a companionship.
Yeah,
and so he's like, no, she needs to be on the mend. I understand. Ugh. Some words are hard.
All right, so you've gathered your posse, all three of you, and
No, don't fill it.
don't fill it.
Fill it.
Don't fill
Not
it.
yet, no.
Set it away. Set it
Run
away.
away.
I'm home. You're not home. So
Yeah.
I'd say get me some more, but I still need to be able to communicate.
communicate. What's that?
Yeah. I'm actually surprised I was able to stumble through that word, so I might actually be okay with it.
There you go.
Another shot.
If I drink anymore,
give me another, but this time I'm going to sip my way
All right,
through.
yeah, definitely sip.
I'm going to be flavoring it like... And then Macario takes out a whoopee cushion and he slaps the zombie in the face. And he deals 50 billion damage.
50 billion damage.
Wow.
He might just for pulling out a whoopee cushion out of nowhere.
You know, since those were invented into the 1950s to 60s.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done research on the history
I
of the
think
whoopee
there are
cushion.
primitive forms that go way back in time.
I'm going to look up the history of whoopee cushion while we're waiting.
So, y'all go riding out along the road that goes alongside the Iron Dragon Railroad. For the most part, it actually branches off in some parts because where they managed to clear cut the railroad ain't exactly all that friendly. Well, in general, it's fair friendly towards roads, so it probably sticks close to the rail line.
I hate to be that guy. Should we buy rations or something? Because you mentioned last time like we might want to do that before we go on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I was fast forwarding, but if you want to buy
Well,
rations,
let's pass far how light.
So this place left the pass 4 days ago on stage, so that probably means that it would have cleared the pass in 2 or 3 days. That's why they were expecting it today. Is why everyone's saying like, "Oh, it's late. It didn't show up, and we knew it was coming." So
because the pass is like 25 miles from Jacksonville, a little bit further. Maybe 30.
And it's not, like I said, the I-5 is not there, so it's not easy going, definitely. Like
I think we would buy rations.
Okay.
It seems like the kind of thing we do. I don't know if you want to handle it with like pay $15 or like how.
No, you totally can. I'm not going to make you.
Yeah.
Even with the I-5 there, it's not easy going.
Yeah.
We should stop by a general store.
Yes, that.
The first whoopee cushion was used in ancient Rome.
I was going to say, like, it wasn't like, the marketed version.
So canonically, Macario has whoopee cushions, but he only takes them out when it really needs them.
There you go.
And
it
it was
really
used
needs them.
from, it was a sheep stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe whoopee cushions are how.
God, you know what? I fucking knew that.
I definitely.
Well, now that I read it, I was like, all right.
That makes a lot of sense,
Probably like
actually.
a crack.com article. Right?
Yeah.
Pulled up.
All right, so getting back on track.
Heading to a general store.
Y'all wanted. Well, no, I'll give you the prices for trail rations.
Yeah, I'm thinking just like trail rations, blankets, just the basic stuff.
Yeah, you probably have a blanket already.
Yeah,
I could buy a blanket.
I have a couple of.
I actually wrote down because I actually went shopping for reals. And,
there you go.
then
So-
you were like, no.
Trail rations per
You
day,
would
it's
get
50 cents each. They weigh 3 pounds per
So
day.
you have 8 days of trail rations.
30. Probably, you said 2 to the pass, or 3?
To the pass for you guys, because, it's 7 days walking from
Talking on the northern pass, right? Or the southern pass?
Southern Pass.
Southern pass?
And south.
So it's like,
Honestly, the road is not straight.
yeah, so it's like a 5 or 6 days.
I'm going to say it doesn't follow closely along the rail line because the rail line's probably doesn't pass necessarily through great walking territory.
Sorry about this. Was it $3 per ration? You said
No, it's
50
50 cents.
50 cents.
It weighs 3 pounds per day.
Luckily, I have a horse with 7 legs.
There you go.
Day?
Mm-hmm.
3 pounds per day.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Macario's
So that's-
Hills.
that's-
Saddlebags are full.
Breakfast,
meat.
lunch, and
Yeah.
dinner.
No.
It's usually like packed meat, beans, and things like that.
Yeah, Macario's going to grab 3 days worth. And
Coffee is 25 cents per pound.
Oh, I'll grab some coffee for sure.
Bacon is 15 cents per pound.
How many days?
You don't know at this point. As
I'm
far
gonna
as
buy a
like,
week's worth just in case.
yeah, I'd say
I got
you're
18
looking at
rations.
probably 3 days ride on horseback
It's $3.50.
to basically the peak of the pass, and that's not rushing the horses none or anything. If you're pushing it, you could probably get there sooner, but just kind of at a casual ride, you're looking at 3 days.
Okay.
One-way trip.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's just to the peak.
Gotcha.
That's Good to know. So yeah, I got 7 days worth because 3 days there, 3 days back, and you have a day of leeway.
Yeah.
Don't need any coffee. I will need an extra pouch of smoking
Potato.
Tobacco.
Yeah,
Tobacco.
tobacco.
Tobacco. This is where a Wheel of Time game.
How much is that?
It's somewhere in there.
I'll
I
find
don't
it.
know. I
It's-
got it.
you're all right.
I got chewing tobacco. It's written down.
I got some coffee.
Fill the canteen at the nearest water pump
Mm-hmm.
and head off to the pass.
Ironically, the nearest water pump is right in front of the Beekman's Bank because
Whoa.
pretty much everything is right in front of Beekman's Bank.
Is that the spot?
This is a truth. Yeah.
Because Jacksonville's
I'm just-
not
that's-
that big.
that's-
No, Jacksonville was not that big. Although
It still isn't that big.
it still isn't that big. I feel like actually Jacksonville used to be bigger because Jacksonville used to have its own Chinatown.
No.
After Haru's done
They do.
pumping his water, Macario's going to go start pumping with 2 hands and realize he's strong enough now to pump with 1 hand. And
There you
he's
go.
Good about it.
No.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Work out a little, get some extra strength there.
Yeah. He's done some calisthenics, some working out.
I work out. Anyway.
So you hit the road, riding up. It's just the 3 of you. It's August. The summer is starting to cool off, but you're still looking at like a 70 degree to 80 degree day, so it's a little warm. You don't have air conditioning on your horses, so
What a shame.
Fan.
you've got a fan.
I've got a fan.
All
I'm
right.
Japanese. I have a fan.
Macario's got a handkerchief.
You guys want to do some role play while you're riding?
So Daisy, I don't know much about you other than that you have a big gun. What is your story?
Well, grew up working for the railroad with my daddy, who's now missing. If they haven't heard that already.
Where do you go? Why did you go missing?
Somebody kidnapped him, and I got this ransom letter,
And you have not.
but I don't have any leads right now.
Oh, you get leads. We'll help you.
Cool.
I will help you track down your father.
All right.
I feel that it is important to find family and bring them together.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
we worked for, what was it? I can't remember now. It's written here.
I
Denver Pacific Railroad.
I realize, of course, Haru wouldn't actually touch you. He may put a hand near you, but because you were female, he has issues with actually touching you in public.
Yeah, but then I ran off and joined the circus, and now I'm here.
so
'Cause the Lemurians are over there in Mount Shasta.
No, what now?
yes,
They're the ones.
you keep saying something about this word, but I don't. What
They're
is
the
it?
ones. They're not from Earth, and they live inside Mount Shasta.
Angels.
And Lemurians. They're kind of like angels, but they're not quite angels.
So they are like demons then?
No, they're just people from like another dimension, and they're the ones who taught me about how to make my railgun do what it does.
Oh dear,
What-
what have I found?
What do they speak? They speak English, Spanish.
They speak Lemurian, but I think all people understand what they say when they talk. So
What does it sound like? You know words.
to you, it would sound like Spanish.
Oh,
To me, it would sound like English.
I am going to ride ahead.
we should talk more about this, but not right now.
Okay.
So anyway, Macario ends his awkward conversation with Daisy, not really sure what to think of her because she's going off about this crazy
About these crazy
conspiracy.
Lemurians. and-
Did you hear Haru? He's like, I'm gonna ride ahead and kind of scout the path.
Yeah, but Macario
He's
ends it
just
with
like,
saying,
whoa.
yes, Daisy, we should talk more about this, but not now because we gotta start looking.
You rode off ahead. How far ahead did you go?
I wouldn't say any more than like 100 feet.
Far enough not to have to hear the conversation.
Probably.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Hey, look, I grabbed the right 2 dice.
7.
7. All right, yeah, you. So it's been a couple of hours that you've been riding. You're like 3, say 4 hours out of town along this road, and you can see, you can feel the forest pressing in around you. Those trees, they've been cut back. God knows how many times they've been clear cut away from the road, and yet they always sprout back closer and closer and closer, and it just doesn't seem like reasonable growth rate for trees like this. They shouldn't grow back this fast, and yet they do.
Haru was thinking that a nature spirit of some kind is involved due to his Shintoist upbringing.
Yeah, quite possibly. That's a perfectly valid thought there. For the last month, really, people have been hearing howls in the night. Wolf howls. It's when, autumn's coming on, the wolves are coming back. And so you're not 100% surprised that you hear these sounds coming up ahead of you, but you hear the snarls and bays of dogs, wolves, not really sure. Definitely a lot of maybe not quite as loud as that.
What time of day is it?
Noon, we'll say.
Noon?
Reins a horse in one hand. He's got his hand on his revolver, kind of keeping a head on a swivel, looking around.
Yeah, it's coming up from ahead, but like the road turns around kind of like this steep hill, if you will, or ridge. Really, it's not quite a hill. It's just a large outcropping of rocks.
Every so often he stops and waits for them to catch up. He may move ahead a little bit more. Because he's got more vested in this thing.
You've heard these snarls and these growls. Are you moving stealthily? What are you doing?
I think he's moving quickly, but not... What's the word I'm looking for? Quickly, but trying to keep composed, because he doesn't want to cause too much of a ruckus, because wolves can be an issue for...
You're going to get like a trot, but not a gallop, basically.
Yes, that's the word. Trotting.
Trot. Okay. Well, you're the first one to round that outcropping, and you see the remains of the stagecoach lying on its side. Wheels aren't spinning, so it's not like it just fell over or anything.
Yeah, no, it's been
Horses are dead in their harness. You see the driver has been thrown forward. He lies dead, face down in the muck. The other guy was riding shotgun, probably lying on the ground near the coach, and these dogs, these wolves, blood red eyes, drooling, looks like bloody saliva, their fur coated with gore, are tearing at the carcasses of the horses, worrying at the bodies of the driver and the shotgun guy. Looks like there's 5 of them.
I stop before getting too close, and with a hand up, I call their attention so that way that I can warn them.
You stop short, but one of the wolves looks up. It had its face basically buried into the belly of a horse, and it looks up, and it's just coated in blood, dripping blood, and it's got a bit of entrail hanging over its snout, and it looks out its blood-red eyes, and it gives a low
Not getting any closer as of yet until they are there.
They were only 100 feet behind, so they probably closed that distance pretty quickly.
Fairly quickly, yeah. Because I stopped.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, no.
And so these 5 wolves kind of form like a battle line, almost, if you will. They come, slinking forward, glaring at you hungrily,
Shooting.
All right, cards. You're all there. I don't think we need to use miniatures for this.
Quick draw holster on my.
We'll say they're 10 squares away from you all. That's the distance you get to. So let's see.
No, it's not the book I need.
That is not the book you need.
This is the book I need. Said 10 squares?
Yeah. Short range for a revolver should be 12.
I think it's 10.
Oh, 12, yeah. For my Colt Peacemaker is 12. Short range. So.
Alright, so Haru, you've got a 4 of diamonds.
Well, damn.
Daisy, you've got the Jack of hearts.
Jack of Hearts.
Macario, you've got the 10 of diamonds. And the wolves have a 2 of hearts. So
You're no ass last.
yeah. Daisy, you're up first. You come riding forward and you see these things.
Alright, well, they got some kind of distance.
Stalking forward.
I am going to ready the railgun.
And you want to multi-act and shoot that thing? Or,
No, I figure there's some space between us, so just kind of.
And how does that thing, like, how are you carrying it? Is it just slung over your back? Do you, like, pull out a compacted version of it and then it kind of, like, unfolds?
I mean, I just carry it around like a gun, like a
Okay,
like a
all right.
shotgun,
There's
yeah.
no crazy Transformer bullshit.
No.
Okay.
Zero space technology.
What?
Yeah.
Macario, you're up.
So how close are these wolves grouped together?
They're pretty closely grouped.
All right, Macario's going to try to hop off his horse real quick and toss out that net that he made.
All right. You can give me an agility at -2, or
Okay.
you can take a multi-action penalty.
I'm going to do an agility -2 to do what?
To be able to act without a multi-action penalty.
Oh, okay, sure, I'll try it.
Let's give this a shot.
That's a weird noise.
That's a 6.
Ooh.
8.
All right, yeah,
6.
you dismount from your horse pretty quickly.
And then, he
Are
rips.
you moving forward?
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what the range is on this thing. I think it might be limited somehow. It's entangled.
It's entangled. It's probably smarts.
Okay, if it's smarts, I might have some problems.
1, 2, 5. Yeah, it's smarts.
Okay, so it has a range of 4. These things are 10 away.
Yeah.
So would
So
he be able to move at
You
full
dismount
pace?
your horse. Yeah, you can move up to 6.
Okay.
So you'll get within that range.
So he moves up 6. He's still 4 away, but he has a range of 4. And then he'll toss this, trying to group these wolves together and get them in his net so they
Okay.
are controlled. That's a 4.
Alright, I'm going to resist with my agility.
And it's a -2 to pace, -2 to agility skills, -2 to strength if they fail.
Okay. First one does not fail. Second one does not fail. Third one does not fail.
Oof.
Fourth one fails. And the fifth one does not fail.
All
So one of them gets tangled up and yelps and struggling with the rope there.
I was really hoping more of them would fail.
Yep.
My turn.
Yes.
Sweet. I am going to shoot at one.
Alright. You're at a -2 for unstable platform because you're shooting from horseback.
I missed that.
Alright. That is their turn. So the 4 that are not entangled are going to go loping forward. Hope you all weren't too attached to your horses there. Let's see, I have 4
Horses die.
and there are 3 of you. So 1, 2, 3, and 3. You get the your horse is going to have Oh wait, no, you got off your horse. You're going to have 2 directly attacking you, and the other 2 are snapping at your horses.
Horse kick.
The one in the net can still move. He just is at penalties.
All right. Well, he's going to spend his time trying to get free. He's going to roll agility to get free of that. He does, but he spends his turn wriggling free of there. First one against your horse, Haru. I should look up horse stats. Where is... Oh, can I see the Savage Worlds book there, please? Nope.
No. Here, you can use mine.
Horses.
I want to use mine.
No. It's easier for me to grab that one than try to reach over the table right now.
Riding horse has a parry of 4 and a toughness of 8.
Wow.
Good thing I have a war horse now.
Greater dire war horse of Titanic.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Against your horse at 4, its parry was 4, so it hits.
Wow.
This is Coon, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Strength was D8. Strength is a D8. No, strength was D6. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's 9. 10. That's actually only shaken, so it's snapping at your horse. Your horse is shaken. So I'm going to say you're at a -4 while your horse is shaken for any shooting rolls or stuff like that.
Yo, is that... Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right.
Because your horse is freaking out.
Well, now that the wolves are there, I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Daisy, against your horse, got a 5. That's going to hit. But that's only 4 damage, so your horse is fine.
Yeah, alright.
Now against you, 2 wolves against Macario. What's your parry?
Alright.
It's an 8.
Oh dear, that's
Ow.
a 14. So that's going to be a raise.
Okay.
Ow.
That is 9, 11 points of damage.
All right, I'll try to soak it.
Okay.
Remind me how soak rolls work.
You spend a Benny, and then you roll your Vigor.
Just the 1 die?
You roll your Wild Die still.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
That was a... Oh, yeah. Nope, we're soaking it.
Okay.
Trying again. Fuck. So, am I able to spend red on that? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
You can spend a red to reroll, or you can add a d6, and he gets a penny.
I could use some Bennies.
I'm going to
You
reroll
couldn't.
one more time here. Just give it one more shot.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, that's a 5, which means I soak the wound, but I'm still shaken.
What's your toughness?
5.
Toughness is 5. I did 11 points of damage. So that would have been 1 wound, so you're not shaken, actually.
Oh, cool.
If you soak all the wounds, you become unshaken.
Cool.
Nice thing about that. But the second one is going to bite at you. But it's not going to get past your parry. Cool.
Yay.
Alright, and that is that first round. And then, so Haru, you've got a 4 of clubs.
God damn it. I'm getting 4s.
Daisy, you got a Jack of diamonds.
I keep getting jacked.
Macario, you've got a 7 of clubs, and the wolves got, oh my god,
You can do.
I'm okay with that.
This is acceptable.
2 spades. Alright, Daisy, you're up.
Alright, I'm firing a bolt.
Alright, you are going to be at -2 because you're on a
Yeah.
stable platform. Are you shooting at the one that's attacking your horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's only a 3 to hit with the modifier. So I am going to spend. I'll throw my blue Benny in. 2
Add a D6?
Bennies, yeah.
Okay.
So that is now an 8.
Nice.
To hit, which is a raise.
That is a raise.
So that's 4d6. Yeah. 8, 12, 18. Oh, 19 damage.
19 damage?
19.
Oh shit, I think
Goes-
he's dead.
Can't do that noise, right?
Its head is nailed to the ground.
Yeah, you definitely pin it.
Leave my horse alone.
It yips. And, yeah, it's dead. You killed it! You killed the Dread Wolf.
Dread wolf.
Macario.
Yeah, Macario's gonna try to get himself combat ready. He's got these two wolves in his face, and so he's gonna whip out his lariat in his left hand and his rapier in his right. And
Okay.
Is there like a defensive action you can take on your
Yeah,
turn?
yeah.
And he's gonna go into defense.
Okay. Yeah, +2 to your parry.
Cool.
Ooh.
So he's actually at 11 parry at the moment.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Holy
Nice.
balls. Okay, what's the rules on pulling two weapons at once?
Make an agility check.
Okay.
Oh, do I need to do that? It sounds like I do.
You weren't trying to attack or anything, so
Okay.
that's fine.
So I'm thinking
Unless you have quick draw.
I do not yet. That is going to be one of my next ideas. I have my pistol in my hand, but I'd take a -4 because my horse is shaken and I'm on an unstable platform to shoot. I will... Is it faster to drop my pistol or to holster it?
It's faster to drop because you can drop as a free action. Holstering is
Figured.
an action.
Okay, so I'll drop my pistol for now and pull out just my katana for now.
Okay.
And can I make an attack in the multi-action?
Yeah. Which is higher? Which is lower? I should say. Your fighting or your riding?
My riding is lower.
All right. You're gonna roll your riding.
Okay, that's a.
Let me. Where is there? It is. Let me look what benefit you get from attacking from horseback. Mounted combat. Characters fighting from horseback or other strange beasts have certain advantages and disadvantages in combat, as described below. Mounts aren't dealt action cards; they act with their riders. Animals specifically noted as being trained to fight, such as war horses, may attack any threat to their front during the rider's action. Untrained horses do not fight unless riderless, and even then, usually only if cornered. Horsemanship. Characters who wish to fight from horseback must make the lowest of their fighting or riding skills. This makes it important for cavalrymen to actually be able to ride well. Collision, charging. A rider on a charging horse adds +4 to his damage roll with a successful fighting attack. To be considered charging, the rider must have moved at least 6 inches or more in a relatively straight line towards his foe.
Nope. Anyway.
Setting weapons. So that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So you don't have any additional bonuses.
Nope. Okay, so yeah, dropping off, I'll take the -4.
Okay. Well, you drew.
Dropped off.
That's an action. Dropped off, that's -2. Attack is -4. So yes, that is -4. Okay.
I'm going to spend a penny. Oh, on a reroll.
Sorry.
Ooh, that's better. Yeah, I got an 11.
Oh, that may even be a raise.
It's a net 7.
Oh yeah, net 7. Sorry.
Net 7, okay.
Yeah, because I got the -4 for a minute. Thank you.
Drinking some regular water, not water of life. Net 7 is going to hit, just normal hit.
Okay. Strength. Six.
6.
I have an AP of 2.
Unfortunately, it's going to help. Not going to help you on these. What was your total? 6.
6.
All right, that doesn't hurt it. Unfortunately, you slash at it, and some of its fur. You cut some of its fur, but you don't actually bite into its flesh.
That's fine. Since, just as I'm asking, because of what we just read over, my horse was in fact attacked by a wolf. Would it respond since it is now considered riderless?
It's not cornered.
It said usually cornered. I was just kind of curious if it did it because it might do it because it was attacked itself.
Given the option of moving away, it's probably going to move away.
Okay, bye, horsey.
So yeah, Coon. You drop off of Coon. Coon immediately kind of
Nope.
takes off. It doesn't go running.
No, but it just moves away from the threat.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So it's their turn, the wolves' turn. So the third one is going to go after one of y'all's. Probably you, but
Because he threw the net at it.
yeah.
So that makes sense.
Although
Roll a
wolves
D4.
don't necessarily respond with that level of logic. They can.
They are pack hunters, though, and
So-
there's 2 of them on me.
On a 1 or 2, it's going to go after you. On a 3, it's going to go after Daisy, or rather Daisy's horse. And on 4, it's going to go after you, Haru. 2, it's going after you, whatever your name is, Macario.
I
Yeah,
will
so you have 3
help
wolves
you.
on you.
3 wolves.
So we'll start with you. You have 3 on you.
An 11 parry.
Oh,
Ouch.
it misses. Second one, oh boy, it misses. Third one, misses as well.
those two should just headbutt
So,
each other.
what's going on here? Your parry is improved. You've got your lariat out. You got your rapier out, and these wolves are.
Yeah, so what Macario's doing is he's like stretching one rope kind of underneath his armpit out and like holding the wolves back, like putting in their jaws as they're lunging to attack him. And with the rapier, he's like stabbing at the last one, kind of scaring it off at the same time. So he's somehow managing to balance these 3 wolves that are all around him.
Okay, cool.
Neato.
All right, wolf against your horse again, which was shaken still.
No.
No.
Did I miss?
You
Mine,
did
your
damage.
horse was shaken, so yeah, it totally ran off. I got 7, so it
Got
hits.
a little hit.
It didn't raise. Did not raise.
4 damage
And that's not enough. So
Alright.
yeah, your horse is just fine. It's dancing back and forth. Wolf is snapping at.
Wait, which wolf? Because I killed the one that was on me anyway, already.
That is an excellent point. So you're fine. You're totally fine. Your horse was still just reacting because it thought the wolf was still alive. That's totally what was going on there. All right, you got a wolf on you, and it totally misses. Yeah.
God damn it.
3 of clubs for Haru.
Wolves get another 2.
Man, I hope not. 9 of hearts for Daisy. The Joker
Yeah.
for Macario.
Uh,
And the 8 of hearts for the wolves. Pass that hat around.
Black Betty? No.
Oh yeah, we got Black Benny, Band Lamb.
Damn it.
Ah. What's the fear level now?
Would you like to know?
Oh,
I
it's
would.
it's a -1 for all checks against fear.
So does that mean it's at level 2?
I think it's at fear level 1 or something. Or no, it was fear level 3 before. Now it's fear level 2.
No, that's a fear level.
So we start with 1 good, so that means we're canceling it out.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Fear level is 1.
Means I don't have a minus anymore.
I just wanted to write that down somewhere.
So what are you doing for that Joker there?
Yeah, so Macario is going to seize the moment. He sees that like these wolves are getting tired trying to bite through his lariat, so he's going to take a step back, and with one arm he's going to try to pierce one of these wolves just right through the chest. You know, not doing a cold shot or anything, just wild attack it right through the chest. And kill
While
it.
attacking, though?
And with the other arm, he's going to take the lariat and try to wrap it around one of the wolves and tie it down.
Okay.
So
So multi-actions. You're -2 to these, but you're wild attacking.
yeah, so he's going to wild attack, which will cancel out the -2 on the rapier. He'll still have a -2 on the lariat
Joker.
because he
Okay.
has left arm and it's a multi-action.
So it'd be -4.
It would have been -4, but he has Joker, so -2.
Well, that's right. That's right. So it's wild attacking. So he's actually the +2 on the rapier. Yeah, +2.
Oh yeah, because he's wild attacking.
Yeah.
Good point.
Rules lawyered. Wait a minute.
Rules lord. This is the rapier.
Positive rules lawyering. Oh dear.
That is Snake Eyes.
Is it Snake Eyes?
That's actually Snake Eyes.
Do you want to Benny that, or you want to go with it?
I really think I want to Benny that, as much as it sucks. Like,
Can you do it 2 more times?
Snake Eyes, come on. Well,
No.
it's not fantastic, but that is
It's still a +2. So
Yeah, that's a 5 on the rapier.
On the rapier was my parry. Unfortunately, it's not enough to get past his parry.
Jumps back.
It jumps back.
With the Joker, I screwed my roll that bad somehow.
But you got another roll coming.
Alright.
You're at
-2
No. Is it a minus? Yeah, it is -2.
because it's offhand and it's a
We
multi-action.
went through that. I just had this epiphany like 2 minutes ago.
It's okay. Alcohol's been involved.
Well, that one is a 6.
a 6. Alright, so I got to beat a 6 with my agility. I don't.
Excellent. So that means that let me look up the rolls here. He is at a -2 to parry,
Ooh, all right.
but nothing else. Just a -2 to parry.
Yeah, because he didn't get a raise, unfortunately.
Yep.
Daisy.
What a waste of a Joker.
Well,
It's not a waste of a Joker because you actually did something. So
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen rounds and I've had rounds where I got the Joker or someone got the Joker and all they did was move because they had no other options.
there are 3 wolves on my buddy over here.
Yep.
So I am going to shoot a bolt into each of them.
Ooh, all right.
I forgot that I got a +1 to enemies with the single weapon.
All right.
Shield.
Oh, did you take Florentine?
Yeah,
And
that's
so
the
-2 because of us.
only when I have my second weapon run though. So.
That's not good at all. I'm re-rolling.
All right.
Which one is this? Hey, that's better. One of them's going to hit. That's the raise even. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that's... So I hit one for... Oh, that's good damage. It's 14...
Oh, it's toast.
19 again.
Yeah, you put a railroad spike right through its brain.
Alright. And 2 more that just off to the distance.
Which one was it? Was it the one that's minus parry or?
No, that was one of the other ones.
Nice. You got me there.
That was their turn. So the one that's mine's parry is going to shrug off that rope. And it's going to bite at you. It's going to wild attack. It's pissed.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all.
Your parry is 8 now, right?
7.
7. Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's right. You wild attacked. +2. That hits.
Yep.
Barely though.
Oh, not
just
anymore.
barely.
Here.
Not anymore.
7 and 6 is 13. 16 points of damage.
Okay. So my toughness is 5. That's 11 over, which would be 2 wounds.
Yep.
And in order to soak it, I would have to get a
2 raises.
2 raises.
Well, success and raise.
I don't think. Well, I can try it. It would be my last Benny. I guess I'll try it. I'll try to soak it. But oh crap! If I do, no. I only have 1 Benny. Never mind. It's not worth even trying. I think I want to save it.
Are you sure?
I don't think I have any chance of actually soaking those.
Okay.
Not a very good chance.
Well, are you sure?
I'm not sure
I'm going
because
to ask you to make a vigor roll next.
I don't understand the soak rolls very well. For some reason, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
So you spend the Benny, and you roll vigor to try and negate the wounds you just took, and basically represents like you twist or turn at the last second, or maybe the wound's just not as serious as you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take those wounds right now, I'm going to ask you to make a vigor roll.
Okay.
But is that the...
And that has nothing to do with soaking.
That's not an in-cap roll.
No, it's not an in-cap roll.
All right. Yeah, I think I have to take the wounds because I don't think I'll roll to actually soak them.
All right, go ahead and make a vigor roll then.
All right.
Which means you don't want to be bit by these things.
That's a 4.
4? All right, you're fine.
Alright.
I mean, assuming I don't have to take my wound
Other than
penalties
you
into
got 2
account.
wounds.
Oh,
I do have to take them into
You
account. So
do.
in that case, I'm at 2.
you want to Benny that?
I don't think I'll make it, so no.
Sure. Maybe you want to add a D6 to that. You
Yeah, I
can
can do
with
that.
Benny.
Yeah, I'll
You
do
wanna
that.
All right, add a D6.
Okay, so that
Okay,
passes.
All right, so now you're fine.
Well, minus 2 wounds, but
Yeah, but You're fine. So that was just against you. That was the first one. That was the second one biting at you.
Oh boy.
I had a shot one for you.
No. He doesn't.
Good.
Especially because I forgot to declare that he was wild attacking, so. You're fine.
For now.
It would have met my parry if he was attacking, but it has to beat it, right?
Right, but I didn't declare it, and you already
Okay.
just got smacked for 2 wounds, so I think we've done
If it matches, you get stunned. You get shaken.
Oh, okay.
You are shaken right now.
So I would have taken a wound.
Biting at your...
Not have been good.
No, biting at you direct.
Because I'm on foot now.
You got 6.
I
What's
have
your parry?
7.
Okay, no. I also forgot to declare wild attacking. God damn it. Okay. Well, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to draw my walkie
Okay.
and attack. So that's a multi-action, right?
I'm picturing a walkie-talkie.
Sorry, shorthand. Wakizashi. I'm just used to shorthand
here, the remake.
Okay. That's a multi-action penalty for drawing and then attacking, right?
Yeah.
But I can attack with both because I have two-fisted without taking another multi-action.
Do you have any dexterous?
No.
Okay, so you're going to have that -2 offhand penalty.
Okay. So I'll take a -4 if I attack with the offhand.
Right. -2 on the main one because you're multi-action for the draw.
Okay. Then I will not attack with the offhand for now.
Okay.
Use it as a defensive kind of thing.
Okay.
But I do get a +1 on my fighting rolls because now I'm dual wielding against them.
All right, nice. So net -1.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably a raise, I'd say.
17.
Yeah, that's a raise.
All right. What do I get with a raise?
You add a d6 to your damage.
Sweet. Was it 3? So do I
Yeah, you get to
roll
roll that up.
So 8, 10, 13 points
Oh,
of
he's
damage.
dead. You cut his fucking head off.
And not that I'm doing it this turn because it's the multi-action and all that stuff, but I would be moving to help Macario out.
Okay. Yeah, Macario still got 2 wolves on him.
Oh, gang up bonus, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot about that. He would definitely be dead by now with gang up bonus, I think.
Maybe.
There was a point where I remembered it earlier, but did not mention it.
I remembered that a wild attack also gets +2 damage.
Yes,
Oh.
it does. Yes. Forget that. I did forget that.
You did forget
Yes.
that. I
Probably
didn't-
for the best.
I remembered it, but then I was like, nope.
Nope.
Just leave it alone.
That is responsible rules lawyering.
Yeah, that was like a terrible Joker, honestly. Like that led me down the dark path.
All right. Haru, you've got the Jack of Diamonds.
Woohoo!
No.
Daisy, you got the Jack of Hearts. All right, let's go. All Jacks. Jack, 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 Jack. Oh, the Ace of Hearts for Macario.
Excellent.
And the 6 of Hearts for the Dreadwolves. So, Macario, you're up first.
All right, he's going to try to unshake.
Spirit -2.
Oh, Spirit. That is D6. I always think that's Vigor for some reason. No, he doesn't do it.
All right. Now you can spend that Benny you're about to get for shuffling to act.
Yeah, I think I'm going to save it for the end cap in case things go horribly wrong.
Okay. Daisy, you're up next.
Alright. Firing a supercharged bolt towards another one that's... Whatever one's looking not hurt. If there's one looking not hurt on my friend Macario here.
I believe they're both not hurt.
Okay. That's a 5.
All right, that's going to hit.
Yeah, it's only regular damage. Ooh, that's not good. It's a 7.
7? That will shake it.
Alright, well, I guess that's good enough.
So I'm shaking. Haru.
Moving and attacking with both.
All right, yeah, they're close enough. You can do that.
Okay. So, well, 10.
That's going to raise.
Okay.
Oh, that was shit damage, though.
Yeah, 8 points damage with that one.
All right, well, we'll say that was the shaking one, so you kill it.
Okay.
Yay.
And the other attack is 5.
That is going to miss. It jumps out of the way at the last second.
No. No, it doesn't.
Oh, are you adding a d6 or re-rolling?
Re-rolling.
Okay.
Nope.
It still does.
it still
It
does.
does. All right.
Even more so this time.
And it's going to attack you back. It turns
Oh, wait.
snarls.
6. The first roll was a 6.
Was it a 6?
I forgot
hit.
+1 for my Florentine.
That would have hit. What'd you spend?
Red. Yeah. I just realized. I keep forgetting about that. So,
All right, so that does hit.
it's a strength. 9 points damage.
You actually noticed it?
Oh, yeah.
6 up.
11.
All right, it's dead.
11, 14.
It's dead. It's gone. It's toast.
Slash.
Kill the last. Yeah, that was the last one.
I killed the one on me.
You killed the last one. I don't remember if the last one, but we'll say it's the
I
last
killed
one.
2, shook 1. You killed 2.
3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, okay. There were only 5.
Yeah.
So you killed the
I'm
last
back
one.
to sitting down now.
Dead.
Yeah, his hand shaking with blood. Macario kind of clumsily sits on the ground and goes, "Oh,
Are you okay?
I'm not so good."
I will do a non-trained.
Healing check?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to roll -4 total. -2 for untrained, -2 for his wounds.
-4 total.
Yep.
Ow! I keep hitting myself on the table. Oh, 4.
5.
Dang it.
-4, 1.
Yeah, that's alright. You don't have to.
If you were a machine, I got a D8 in repair. You all need to become constructs.
Yeah, that would help.
So you've killed the dread wolves that were eating the cadavers of the horses, the carcasses of the horses, and chewing on the cadavers of the people.
I think I just,
Oh.
based on my roll, it wouldn't have helped anything, but I tied like a length of cloth around like his hand or his arm or whatever.
Okay.
And, like, it's the best I can do. I don't know how to do it.
I appreciate you try, Haru.
How should I take a look?
Yeah,
While you go to check.
Macario's tore up pretty bad.
Well,
I'll go
I'm
check
gonna
the
take a look.
stagecoach. Well,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case I could do some magic. Oh no.
no.
We were not made for this.
Whoa.
Someone's
Oh
hurt.
my god,
Yeah.
I need a doctor.
my brain just put.
I
two
know if I
together.
put some ghost rock right here.
There we go, healed, right?
Fortunately, there is a doctor in town. Probably won't be able to get to him in the golden hour, but
Only a day's ride away.
yeah, 4 hours ride at this point.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad.
But it's still well past the
So
golden
we
hour.
found this caravan?
Stagecoach. You found a stagecoach.
Yeah.
It's lying over on its side. The wheels aren't spinning or anything, so this happened a little while ago.
Haru is looking through the stagecoach, finding any.
So the first thing you
Evidence.
notice is that all the cargo is gone, taken everything. Second thing you notice, well, maybe this is the first thing you notice, and the cargo being gone is the second thing you notice, but this thing is riddled, full of bullet holes. Someone went to town on this. The horses all have been shot up. Go ahead and give me a notice roll. I'm going to say a -2. And that sound, ladies and gentlemen,
9.
is what I can only assume is a helicopter.
7. I got 7 total.
7 total. Ooh, okay. So the whatever killed the driver and the guy riding shotgun was not the same caliber gun that shot up the stagecoach and shot all the horses. Smaller caliber, maybe a revolver. The whatever shot up the stagecoach, pretty big caliber gun.
I'm going to say at this point, Macario's kind of limped his way over to his horse and gotten back up. I am sorry, friends. I'm hurt so bad. I must make it to town before all the blood gone, you know. I gotta go back.
I have more cloth.
You could try patching yourself up. You're Everyone else has tried. You haven't tried yet. So
All right, I guess
You
it's
do
worth a
have lots
shot.
of
you're
roll.
at skilled, right? So it's still a -4, but
If you succeed this, you are our designated healer for now on. Just,
he
He did save Rachel last time.
He did.
I will try to put my organs back in real quick, and then I gotta go if not. No, he absolutely does not.
All right.
You have helped me find Stage. If you must go back to town to tend to your wounds, I understand. I must continue in my endeavors.
All right, I will try to find help. Send someone.
Might need the $10 from this job for the doctor.
I still have some. Skull paid well.
Maybe, or you stay behind me. I will, how you say, protect you until we find what I am looking for.
Okay.
If you want to ride back to town, it's fine.
Yeah, I kind of think that's what makes the most sense. He's useless in combat at this point. He has nothing left really. I mean, like he can still sort of roll, but he can't roll on horses because he doesn't have like he would have the unstable platform penalty. He would have getting off the horse would be suicide because it would be hard for him to get back on actually right away if there's danger. I just don't see how like he would survive any more combats or anything. So not a -2.
Okay. Sure, you can ride back to town.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
All right. So Macario rides off. You're searching through. You climb up on top of the stagecoach, pull open one of the doors, and look inside. And you see the passengers are all dead inside.
Just dead inside.
Just dead inside.
I look for any identification.
You don't really find any, but none of them. I mean, all the passengers, all the people you find, look like they're of the Anglo-Saxon persuasion.
So I don't see a Asian, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Anyway, do I see any footprints or any trails leading away from the stagecoach?
Go ahead and give me notice, -2. Daisy, you were looking at the bodies too, right?
Yeah.
So the driver, he's lying there on the ground. You notice, you're looking at his body. He's got something sticking out of his mouth.
Oh, yeah?
Like, you think so funny. We'll get back to that.
So what's in his mouth?
Looks like a playing card. The Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
And scrawled on it as you pry it out of his jaw. This rigor mortis is already set in, but you managed to get it out of there without tearing it too badly. Scrawled on that card is the phrase, grave robbers.
Okay. Hey, Haru, you see this?
I did not. I was looking for my charge.
Do you see him?
No, he is not here. But I do find a trail leading away from carriage.
I found this card, death card, that says grave robbers on it.
I think Haru would necessarily know what to make of that.
Well, there is that
I'm
one
suspicious.
alleged stagecoach robber by the name of Jonathan Graves.
Oh.
Back at town, I'm presuming.
It says grave robbers. Does that mean that someone was robbing graves, or
Those graves
are these graves robbers? I'm just all confused now.
You're not even drunk.
As far as those tracks go, you find the tracks of another, it looks like wagon, except there's no horse hooves in sight for it, and the tracks are pretty deep, like the wagon was real heavy, like.
Powered by Ghost Rock.
Maybe.
Yeah, we got. Well, that's a normal.
And they, you see those tracks like pull up alongside the wreckage of the coach, and they turn around and head back up towards the pass down south.
I'm gonna go. I'm thinking that Haru might actually, with this information, head back to
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Mainly to check on Macario, because he is worried about how he's doing, and to look into Jonathan Graves.
See if he's around.
See if he's around.
Yeah. So, let's see, a couple hours ride back into
Does seem
town.
wise to not pursue this with just the two of us.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Macario, you get back to town first because you had a little bit of a lead on the others, and you're looking real wounded, and you pass by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and you see that Sheriff Ross has moved from sitting inside doing paperwork to sitting kind of on the front porch.
Yeah, I'll kind of hobble over to him and
Leaving the book.
wave at him. Sheriff.
Yeah.
We went to get the stagecoach man back. He's shaking because he's weak, and wolves attacked us. And I need a doctor, and they need help.
Sure looks like you need a doctor. See if I can do some triage there. He snaps his book close, gets up, smoking a cigar, and think you can get off your horse yourself there, son?
Yeah, he flops off his horse
Alright.
clumsily onto the ground.
He doesn't really help you up off the ground. He just says, "Alright, come on inside, I'll patch you up best I can."
Okay, sure.
Oh, shit. Oh, throw my dice all over the place. -2 for your wounds.
It's a wild card. You get his own pennies.
I'll try one more time.
You know, you still got that stack of pennies there, Ben.
There we go.
Okay.
6. Ooh, 10 minus 2 is 8. So he remarkably catches you up really well.
Oh,
At one point, like he's just like, all right, sit down. He's stitching you up, and he grabs a bottle of whiskey. And for one instant, you think he's gonna like try to sterilize the wound, maybe pour some of the whiskey off, but instead he just takes a long swig of it, corks the bottle, sets it aside, and goes back to work. It's a little uncomfortable because there's no anesthesia. You're not drunk or anything, so it hurts.
yeah.
But he patches you back together.
Yeah, Macario howls for a while, but he feels better at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it was worth it.
Pain of wolf bite, pain of stitching wolf bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wolf bite here, a stitch there. I mean,
It's just hurts.
the doctor ends up to Patchy the clown instead of Macario the clown.
At the end of it, he puts kind of some of his gear away and says, "Well, they ain't going to scar real pretty like, but I reckon you'll be okay."
Oh, I thank you with all my heart, Sheriff. I was seeing life flashing before my eyes,
Hey, you weren't hurt that bad, son.
But it really hurt. It really hurt, though, Sheriff.
Uh-huh. Well, you're new in town, ain't you?
Yeah.
What's your name, son?
Oh, Macario's my name.
Macario.
I
You
do
look like you're,
I do birthday parties and. And I have this great trick I do with a pony and a rope, and I make the pony run through the rope.
You look like you're down south from a couple of borders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I come up from Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mexico. He would say Mexico.
Yeah, that's like
Ignore my Mexico. It's making friends here. I feel bad for leaving them, but wolves attacked me, and I'm not doing so good.
Well, Got you patched up. What'd you find out there? You went with that samurai feller, right?
Yes, the stagecoach. It got shot up. It didn't get a good look, but someone killed the men, and then the wolves come.
Yeah, they're want to do.
They had red eyes, Sheriff. Not like wolves I've seen.
Did they now? You sure about that?
I looked them right in the eyes.
Any other distinctive characteristics that you noticed?
No, just the red eyes. It was very strange.
How are you feeling right now, son?
I feel, now that you helped me, I feel okay.
Yeah?
The pain is still there, of course, but
A little hungry, maybe?
no, iron in my mouth.
Good. Well, I'm sure you'll be fine, son. Do me a favor, though. Don't go telling people that you seen red-eyed wolves or anything creepy-like, because folk are, quick to jump to conclusions. And when they jump to conclusions, they're like to make rash decisions. Act all scared-like, and that's the last thing we need around here.
Sheriff, it seemed to me that you have seen some of these conclusions. And he gives him a knowing look.
You could say that. Folk don't know about scary things. It's all well and good so long as we put scary things down. You get my meaning?
So then, the bite of this wolf, what does it do?
Well, in your case, it does nothing. Or so I'm hoping. Don't seem like it. You ain't got no hankering for human flesh, do you?
Oh, no.
Then
So
you're
for a
probably
werewolf.
fine.
Damn it.
Some folk, well, you ever hear of rabies? I don't know if that's a disease discovered in this time period, but we'll go with it.
Yes, it's when animal not drink and bite, yeah?
That's right. And sometimes they pass that on to people. Sometimes they pass a really bad form of that rabies on to people. Makes them go even crazier, hungry for flesh of other humans. Know what I mean?
No, it's horrible. Flesh of other humans.
Yeah.
He looks horrified when the sheriff says that. I see. I need to go.
Wolves like that, they crop up when folk get murdered. So it's a good thing you and your friends put them down.
Sheriff, before I go, this is a strange question. Have you seen anything black and white? Just black and white.
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific.
He says, never mind. It's a silly question. I go now. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Keep your eyes out for any of those scary things, son. You see them, you do me a favor. Put them the fuck down.
If they don't put me down.
Yeah, well, I think, I reckon you're a little tougher than you look like, son.
Yeah. I run back to town. And with that, he kind of hangs his head and then leaves.
Well, no shame in that. Can't do nothing to help the world if you get yourself dead, so try not to get dead.
Yeah, he's gone.
Alright.
Oh, he's totally gone.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? You two? You heading back down?
Yeah.
You follow not too long on Macario's heels. You see him leaving the sheriff's office, actually.
Macario, are you feeling much better?
Yes, I'm feeling better. But did those wolves bite either of you? I did not see it, but...
No, I am not suffering any injuries.
Did they bite your horses?
No.
Weren't able to get their teeth around mine.
Okay.
Scared old coon. Not hurt.
I lean in. Sheriff was saying wolves have a disease.
I have heard of wolves carrying disease.
Rabies.
But not a disease, a sickness. Where
Yeah, rabies.
a sickness of hunger.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this.
He's just like, would you quit mansplaining?
And then he kind of explains the whole cannibalism, get bitten thing. And, that's generally what I was going for. So now they know.
Yeah.
Werewolves.
I am going to speak with Sheriff. Are you going to see Doctor?
I think I'm okay, but
He's bandaged up. He's looking a lot better than he was when he left you.
do you think should we hire help? Can we do this alone?
I am not sure. I am going to ask the Sheriff for professional advice. A meeting of minds, as they say.
He seems to know something about the things we've seen.
That does not concern me. What concerns me is this executive is still missing. I must ask him about one Jonathan Graves. And he would just nod and head inside.
All right.
What are the two of you doing? Are you following into the sheriff's office?
I think Macar's going to go start looking for maybe like some hired help or something. Somebody else to bring along. With
He's like, I need a team of 15 men, no
Yeah.
fewer.
We should probably get Rachel to help us too this time around.
Yeah, it kind of seems like we've got like
Rachel's
heavy
on her way,
firepower.
actually.
Yeah.
Texting. So.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
alrighty then.
We've got like heavy firepower involved here and like multiple guns, and it just seems like the kind of thing where
I'll just let you introduce Rachel into the narrative
Well,
that you want.
so did they tell you what we decided about Rachel? What
that
was
she's
going on?
on sick leave, basically?
Yeah, enforced medical leave.
Okay.
Basically, she is in a jail cell.
What?
Yeah.
a friendly jail cell.
Why am I in a
Sheriff
jail
Ross was
cell?
like, no.
Rachel was like, "Oh, I'm fine. I can totally go on patrol and resume duties and stuff." And
As we're talking to Sheriff Ross, she's dug a hole out.
and Sheriff Ross was like, "Yeah, Rachel,
I can see your spleen.
you're bleeding, like right now.
I can see your
You're gonna go lie on that cot right now, and you're gonna rest. And I'm gonna go get the doctor to come take a look at you and patch you back up. Or, well, we're gonna have problems. Like you're fired kind of problems.
Oh,
You
whoa.
ain't gonna be a deputy no more
Oh,
unless you get
boy.
yourself fixed up.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I have noticed that you've used 3 different voices for Sheriff Ross tonight.
Have I?
Yeah.
Well, he's got the deputy voice where he's compassionate, and he's got the you're not a deputy voice where he's an asshole.
And then he's got that respectful but still like super Western cowboy sheriff
I
voice.
thought I was using the same kind of
It's got the same kind of, so it's like it could be that he's just using 3
midi
different.
southern drawl.
No. What I'm saying is he's got the same kind of voice. So like how he was pointing out that it's just 3 different voices depending on who he's talking to.
Maybe.
So I still have a wound from last time.
Yeah, so it's doctor's visit's $3. I think it's more for a home visit. But you're going to roll vigor at +2.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh, it has?
it's been 2 weeks. So you get 2 chances at this.
since you weren't here, we were just saying like you were still banged up and stuff, but we've established that Sheriff Ross has some limited medical capability.
Oh, nice.
Because he did a pretty damn good job of patching up.
Didn't seem all that limited.
Macario, after the golden hour was done.
That was very nice. Thank you, Ben.
Maybe he has some healing magic. Who knows?
Because otherwise it would
And
have
he
been
said I
Macario
got
at last too.
$97 and
$5 for a doctor's
Oh.
house call.
Oh, did we tell her how much money she
but
got?
yeah, did
I
get-
texted her.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was 97, right?
$97.50.
So that's 172.
Yep. So go
75 minus 5.
minus 5, and then roll vigor and add 2.
Heard of this new invention called the automobile?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one of those.
86, right?
I don't know if they've reached automobile status yet. They've got steam
The
wagons.
steam wagon costs
That's the
$1,500.
one on my bigger die.
Yeah, but it's a +2 on your wild die.
Oh, wait. It doesn't matter. I roll 1 on my
Not in this case now. So you got a 7. So that will heal your wound.
Woo, cool.
Yay.
But you still got that permanent injury, so
Yeah.
you've not quite been yourself. And so when we left off before we went on break, the Haru, you were entering the sheriff's office.
just
to go
turned
talk
in.
to him.
Yeah.
And so you walk in and you see him opening the cell door for for Rachel. Well,
She's been in the cell
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
yeah, pretty much.
And we're right at her home.
Well, Kennedy, changed your wounds again. You weren't bleeding, so I think you're fit for duty. And based on how I had to patch up your friend Macario, looks like they all could use your help. Now, you be real careful out there and don't fucking get dead. Because if you get dead, I gotta find a new deputy. And if I gotta find a new deputy, they ain't gonna be as good as you are. So, as I said, don't fucking get dead.
Care about you too, Ross.
Totally thought he was gonna say, if you get dead, you're fired.
That too. You get dead, I ain't taking care of your dog.
Scout will take care
Scout's
of you.
been there like the entire fucking
Yeah.
time. Ross has fed him
Uh-huh.
begrudgingly. But
Ross loves my dog. Let's get this down
Pour
right now.
some whiskey in the water dish.
totally.
It's like, what do you drink? You're drinking the same thing as me. It doesn't
It's
matter.
like he's pretending to hate my dog, but he loves my dog.
A couple of times where you've like been lying there pretending to be asleep, and you've heard Ross go, "Hey, he was a good boy. You're a good boy, yeah."
Good pot liquor.
Have some whiskey.
He's a big softie. He just doesn't want you to know.
Yeah.
By the way, pot liquor's a countryism for dog.
Oh, really? Love that. That's awesome. Yeah, Rachel will finally leave the jail cell and go
Yep.
pour herself a cup of coffee, probably. What time of the day is it?
It's noon.
Okay, she's gonna have a cup of coffee regardless.
You discover that the coffee pot actually contains whiskey.
Hey, you know, I've
Take
worked
a
for
sip and
immigrant
then,
before.
like, cough a bit, and then, oh, that's some strong coffee.
What? Oh, no, that's where I keep the extra whiskey.
I know,
Put
Ross.
whiskey in the carafe.
All right. Well, he lights up another cigar or cigarillo. Looks like one of your friends just walked in the door here. Welcome back, Haru. Or, he doesn't say that. What's your
Matsuhara.
Matsuhara-san? Two visits in one day. To what do I owe the pleasure?
You wanted information regarding missing stagecoach. I have learned some. As you have seen that you have already attended to Macario-san, we have informed you of some details. I have others.
I'll listen.
The shots fired at stagecoach that was overturned 4 hours away. There were large caliber fired into stagecoach, but small caliber took out the driver and, shotgun.
Sounds like they opened fire with a large caliber weapon. Took out the
crew pose a threat with revolvers? Just a guess.
Daisy found
This card right here.
Takes the card new.
He says, walking in.
Well, we're all there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're all
All
there.
right.
Grave robbers. Well, that sure as fuck don't sound like Jonathan Graves style. That bastard's too fucking careful.
Yeah, wouldn't he been leaving these cards around, like, for all his robberies?
Probably. Can't imagine he'd start now. Let alone killing people, like.
That's
Jonathan
right.
Graves is many things, but he ain't a murderer.
Not yet, he ain't.
Yeah.
I reckon he's down at the saloon, either hustling a game or getting himself drunk. Why don't you take your friends down there and have a chit chat with him? Take him on back to the jail here if you see me any bit suspicious. If he's involved, well, it's a good fucking opportunity to put his ass behind bars.
That's true.
Glad to see that you are up and moving around, Deputy Kennedy-san.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you should probably introduce yourself to the podcast.
Oh yeah. I'm Rosemary. I'm playing Rachel Jane Kennedy, the hexslinger deputy.
Yay!
I'm waving up the microphone. I don't know why.
Alright, so deputy, you lead the others out of the sheriff's office, and you imagine the likeliest place you're going to find those.
Oh.
The likeliest place you're going to find Jonathan Graves is at the saloon.
Gentlemen, I think the likeliest place we're going to find Jonathan Graves is at the saloon.
Gentlemen and lady.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
They'd be like, oh, this means I don't get to go to the saloon?
how old are you?
That doesn't matter in the Weird
That's
West.
It's true.
But old enough, actually.
I'm not sure what the history of the drinking age
about
limit is.
aliens.
If your
We're not in Utah.
parents said you could,
Yeah.
or if you were man enough to go into.
Scout's totally there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
We need Dr. Dog with us.
Dr.
apparently.
Dog.
Gentlemen and ladies, I think the most likely place we're going to find Jonathan Graves is the saloon. Shall we go?
Head towards
All right,
the saloon.
folks, let's go.
So we'll say like Rachel's wearing like her typical outfit, like black jeans, like her dark gray
Do you-
shirt.
Do you wear your badge, your deputy badge,
Oh, yeah.
openly? Okay.
Yeah, totally.
So y'all come walking into the saloon, and we'll say it's the Prospector's Dive or something like that. That's what it's called. I'll do some research on actual saloons in Jacksonville.
I was gonna say there's like the Jacksonville.
Well, there's the Jacksonville Inn, but that's already a
Oh,
hotel.
what's the
The
There's
prospect.
this
the hall? No, that's Grants Pass.
Yeah, it's
The prospector's hole.
we can do
Yeah.
that for now if you want. But there's the saloon out there right now. It's still
The
there.
Claim. That's the name of the saloon. Is the Claim.
Okay.
Jacksonville, Oregon. Blah, blah. Can't talk.
How much whiskey have you guys
So you-
had?
Jacksonville, Oregon bars.
Y'all go walking into the Claim, and you're looking around. It's midday. Actually, no. It was noon when you guys got to the
So about
wreckage.
Evening.
So it's evening. It's
Oh,
pretty busy. And
The Jacksonville Tavern.
the Jacksonville Tavern.
That's it. Thank you.
And there's people there drinking. There's people there playing games, poker games, and whatnot. And there's Jonathan Graves sitting at the bar, kind of looking at his deck of cards.
Trying to think about how to approach the situation. Well, Ray.
Sorry, metagaming super fast. So we're basically looking at Graves to see if he has any information on this stagecoach.
See if you might know anybody in the area, maybe, because I mean, like, it's not his.
Well,
not that Haru knows this term, but it's not his normal modus operandi.
Oh,
It's just
right.
he is known for potentially.
Right.
seems like someone's trying to set him up.
The stagecoach was
Very rough thing.
overturned people were... There were bodies there? So
Yes, but the person I'm looking for was not
there.
there, so...
Oh.
No Joker. Or he's
Saw
being
one
Mr.
Joker.
Graves. He's role playing.
He's just sitting there, he's shuffling through his deck of cards.
I order a drink.
It looks like he's getting increasingly more irritated, and he keeps shuffling through there.
Okay.
And at one point, I guess the point where it's just like,
Are you missing something, Mr. Graves?
"Was that? Yeah. Why do you ask?"
You seem tense. I suggest you have a drink. And I raise a finger up for Mr. Graves.
Well, if you're buying, I sure as fuck will drink.
Yeah, I'll buy him a drink.
Rachel's just kind of standing in the background. She's going to let Haru take the lead on this.
Okay. A drink. What you buy him? The cheap stuff or the good stuff?
I'll buy him a bottle of good stuff. I've got the money.
Buy a bottle of the good stuff. All right.
No, I mean bottle.
A shot.
Yeah.
All right. It's 25 cents for a shot of the good stuff.
Okay.
How much for a bottle?
Damn it! I closed the book.
I'm going to tell you, my character has 4 of them on a sheet.
A bottle of the good stuff is $5.
All right.
So there's 10 shots within a bottle.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I think there's supposed to be like 14 shots in a fifth.
Yeah. Something like that.
Anyway. As he's waiting for his shot, and he's still like.
You're seeming to be looking through your cards fairly heavily. Are you missing one of them?
Funny you should ask. I happen to be. Since you seem to know so much, maybe you can tell me which card exactly I'm missing.
I'm not pretending to know so much. I am merely observing your mannerisms. However, we have found a... which card was it, Miss Daisy?
Is this your card?
I was hoping you'd make that statement.
His eyes go wide. And you can see just, from him shuffling through his deck that it matches kind of the artwork and stuff. It's like, God damn, yeah, that's my fucking card. That's my Ace of Spades. What are you doing with my Ace of Spades?
Cool trick, huh?
Looks like someone's trying to start something with you.
Grave robbers? Someone stole my fucking card and they wrote some nonsense like this on there? What?
And shot up a stagecoach.
And then when Daisy says that, Rachel's going to come up to the bar and just kind of casually lean in and know anything about that?
I'm going to back up a little bit because I don't want to make him feel too intimidated either.
Yeah, he's carrying a gun, but he's confused, but he's not like hackles out,
Right.
check to make sure.
Well,
his
no,
gun-
I'm just saying 3 people surrounding a person
Right.
like that in this situation could be a little tense. He may
Right.
walk up more. So he's going to be like, just going to step back and lean against the bar. I mean, I'm on good terms. I bought him a
I
drink,
think I was
so...
sitting at the bar.
Well, deputy, I know I got something of a reputation given my means, but I assure you ain't got nothing to do with no robbery, so what stagecoach are you talking about? See, I've been sitting here trying to figure out where my missing card is for, well, last 4 hours.
4 hours?
I've been really confused. See, I figured maybe I dropped it somewhere, so I went,
You also
checked
see,
up in my
30
room,
shot glasses in
didn't find it in my room. Went back to the last poker table I played at. Nope, not there. Talked to the last couple of people I played with. Didn't see my goddamn card. Shuffling through, trying maybe one of them was sticky, Yeah, like that. Don't know why. That sounds gross, but
Oh, they did.
You. I know why they could, but
Nope.
still-
Not what I was going for with that.
No. I mean, like, I know why, like, just through use of however he would be regularly using, but
Okay.
still, you.
So, you tell me, Deputy, how these fine folk got a hold of my ace of spades and why it's got grave robbers written on it. That's fucking slander right there.
So I'm going to say Macario steps out of the background at this point. He's kind of been like sort of sitting in the crowd. You say you lost it 4 hours ago?
Well, I noticed it was missing some time ago.
Okay, never mind. that completely destroys what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Because that does not match all the timelines.
No, that's when he discovered it. Obviously.
all right.
Yeah.
Could have been missing much longer than that.
Well,
You said stagecoach done got shot up and robbed.
Yep.
All people dead.
Well, sounds like someone trying to slander my good name.
Not that hard to do, Jonathan.
You wound me, Deputy. Truly. I'm just a simple cowpoke doing a couple odd job here and there, enjoying a game of poker, faro in the saloon, you know.
You leave that deck unattended?
Man gets a couple drinks in it, he's having a good time playing poker. I mean, never thought anyone would use my personal deck of cards to frame me for anything.
who were you playing poker with?
Oh, God. I didn't keep track. Been on a win streak, you know? Till earlier this day when the ace of spades that I needed weren't there. Not that I was cheating, mind you. Just saying.
Well, maybe someone who's playing with pocketed your card.
Yeah, probably, since sure looks the worse for wear, and I gotta buy myself a brand new deck of cards now. I ain't gonna go around with no grave robbers written on my ace of spades. You folks said this found this off of a stagecoach got shot up.
I didn't find it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. How did you
It was put in his mouth. The stagecoach driver's mouth.
Oh, God. Ugh.
We wiped it off. It was dry.
You ain't told no one about finding this card, have you? Well,
Joe Sheriff knows.
Shit is.
oh well. I don't take too kindly to folk framing me for nothing, because I am not a stagecoach robber.
Can I roll streetwise here to see if there's like some sort of information I can sense that he's holding back, or
Maybe a persuasion.
I have a D4 in persuasion, but I have a
What?
D6 in streetwise.
Aha.
Like I want, or like if not holding back any information, if Rachel can like jog his memory of who he was playing cards with, maybe. Because isn't that what streetwise is for? Like getting information from people.
Yeah, sure.
I realized I didn't share the information about the other stagecoach tracks that he had found that didn't have horse prints and stuff like
Yeah.
that with the sheriff at least. But I'm thinking that Haru may keep that to himself until he can figure out more about it.
Sure.
A 5.
5.
Yeah.
He's going through it, and he's like, well, you know, there's one fella. Seemed like an old war vet, Confederate, like, you know. Kind of weird being, you know, Oregon's a Confederate. And he's had too much whiskey.
Fly Jonathan's whiskey away from him.
Yeah. Being that Oregon's a Union territory and all, Yeah, it was a Confederate feller. Real proud of it, too, you know. God, what was his name? I don't fucking remember what his name was. I was drunk, but,
What did he look like? You got any distinguishing features?
yeah, big black beard, well-groomed hair.
Ben?
And the marshal dies.
You think my hair is well-groomed? Carried
Same Benjamin
a
Franklin.
pair of pistols.
Anything unusual about those pistols?
I mean, just
Did anything like mine? And she'll pull out lady, or not lady, Rage, and like spin it.
sorry, this is
Doesn't
not
seem to last
sounds like
crows
crows.
lately. She'll pull out Rage and just kind of like not like spinning it, not threatening him in any way, but just like showing him the gun.
Yeah, nothing ain't too fancy like that.
Alright.
Deputy. Yeah, I figured out his voice sounded like the sheriff now.
She'll holster Rage.
Nah, they look like service pistols. He didn't have too kind of words to say about the Union, so I don't really know why he was here in Union territory. Me, I like the Union just fine, you know.
It's a bit strange.
Equal opportunity, Robert.
What was his name? Laz. That's what's his name.
Laz.
Well, okay. That's what I was calling him. He didn't like it none, but Lazarus. Lazarus Black.
Pistols. Laz pistols.
Laz Pistols.
Sorry.
Go ahead and give me a knowledge law check
Okay.
there.
5?
5? Yeah, you know who Lazarus Black is. There's a bounty out for his head. Man's wanted by the Union. Used to be a captain in the Confederate Army until the Civil War came to an end. Except he didn't much care for the ceasefire between the Confederacy and the Union. So he just kept on fighting until the Confederacy disavowed him. And the Union started hunting him. And he's made his way west, slowly but surely, leaving a trail of blood and bodies and tears.
So Rachel's not going to show any reaction to Graves that she recognizes the name because she's want to communicate that to Graves.
Okay.
She's just going to say, "You remember anything else?"
Not really. He's a shitty poker player.
I'm thinking something they're not going to have Rachel actually say because she doesn't want to start a bar fight with Jonathan. So
Aw,
No.
bar fights are all the fun.
No.
in the
Say it.
fucking-
And now
bar
Macario
fight.
comes out of the background and says, "But if he is a bad poker player, why did he steal your card? It sounds like you can't hold your cards in one place."
I'm not saying he's the one who stole my cards there, Senor.
Sam.
Senor
Your fucking name, man.
Macario?
Macario. Don't know if he was the one who stole my cards. He's just the last person that really stands out that I play poker with. Well, listen, you said this stage got shot the fuck up, right?
yes.
Apparently, I'm just going to use the same accent for the sheriff as
Read
Jonathan
it.
Graves.
So,
Hey, you know, white people, we all sound alike.
There you go. Southern drawl. Maybe I'll just use my normal voice for Jonathan Graves. We'll go with that. So,
Rachel's gonna, she's gonna say, she's gonna look at Jonathan in the eye and go, "Can you think of anyone you might have hypothetically robbed? You might hypothetically be,
Well,
shall we say,
hypothetically, no,
angry?
because I ain't a stagecoach robber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any of that stuff. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
All right, Mr. Graves. Well, if you can think of anyone who might have a grudge against you,
No, but I am well
enough
aware
to shoot up a
of my
stagecoach.
reputation, and let me tell you that all of that is quite exaggerated. I may go a rambling, I may go a roving.
We just got this expression on her face like she's heard this a million times.
You have. You have definitely heard this a million fucking times.
Yeah.
I get my money honest work. I do the occasional odd job for the rancher, and I make the rest up in a good old game of poker. Folk think that a man's fortune must mean that he robs for a living, and well, that ain't true, but they're, I guess, not really welcome to that opinion, since it causes me no end of grief. But
One day, Graves, you're gonna slip up. You're gonna make a mistake, and when you do, you can know that Ross and I are gonna be there. And she's gonna
don't rightly know what you're talking about there, Deputy, but I am keenly interested in clearing my good name. And if that means helping you find these killers, well, I am something of a slightly accomplished tracker. I understand that might be a skill set you are lacking in, Deputy.
Rachel's gonna get this expression on her face, like she wants to punch him, but she can't.
I was literally just gonna say, well, and a healer. We need one of those too.
But it's like this realization.
Set and determined to slip into a
It's this
southern
realization
accent.
that she's gonna have to work with Graves.
But can you shoot your gun like your mouth?
That was brilliant. I don't even know how to respond to that. He gives you a glare. And
Macario is quick on the draw.
it ain't all about being the fastest draw. Sometimes you just gotta shoot straight, and well, a little bit of luck don't hurt none.
We have a saying in my country: man who rely on luck, doomed to fail.
Ain't failed yet.
In due
What
time.
do you say, Deputy? I, as I said, am real keen to make sure my name, my good, law-abiding name, gets cleared, because I had nothing to do with the shootout, and I find it quite insulting that someone should steal a card from my personal deck and use that to frame me.
Listeners, Ben is now playing 52 pickup.
No, 25. I've only drawn half the
Master
cards.
of poker, this master of cards drops his cards on the floor trying to make a point.
Oh, I'm really good with the gun. Oh, I just shot myself in the foot.
I never get caught. He gets caught immediately.
One time out, we passed by a stagecoach on the way. He's like, "Give us all your money." We just look back and I'm like, "Really?"
Sorry, bad.
I don't know what came over me. It was like some compulsion. Something weird's happening.
The Sandy's woods ain't safe now.
Rachel will turn to Haru and say, Haru, you've seen the stagecoach. I haven't been out there. Do you think we can use... She'll
Turns
Mr.
away
Graves
from
here.
turns away from Graves and informs all the rest of you. There were tracks near stagecoach. They were deep, like the other. It was another coach, but heavier, but no horse tracks. When Haru assume that it was Ghost Rock? Would it make sense for him, or would it knowledge?
You'd probably be familiar with steam wagons.
Steam wagons? Okay, so, steam wagon, possibly.
What is steam wagon?
Oh, they're real cool, man.
They are a horseless carriage powered by heat and steam. Moves parts to make it go.
And it has a big gun?
You could mount one on one.
You can have people use gun on them. I do not know if they have one. We might need the skills of Mr. Graves as a tracker. Your dog scout do fine job last time, but led astray on more than one occasion.
Rachel's gonna heave a sigh. Mr. Graves,
Yeah.
can't believe I'm saying this. Seems you're in need of your assistance.
Well, all right, deputy. Seems like it's getting pretty dark out now, so what do you say we turn in for the night and we get a good start tomorrow morning, although there are bodies left out there to sit overnight, and you mentioned there were some... Did you mention there were some wolves?
No.
No, you didn't. Okay, never mind.
Interesting that you know that detail,
No, he
Mr. Graves.
He does not know that detail. He does not know that detail.
He almost had that luck run out I was mentioning.
I had to double check because he doesn't have that information, so he wouldn't say that. There are bodies. You said there were the folk in the coach were found dead. Did you say that? It's another one of those. Did you say?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
It would be most wise for us to, as much as I hate to say, the missing Sheng Jin worries me greatly, but it is probably wise to...
Shengjin? Who the fuck is Shengjin?
You don't worry, Mr. Graves. We are clearing your name. Sheng Jin is my responsibility.
All right.
It's probably wise that we get some sleep. These roads are worrisome enough in daylight hours. Nights, as we know, can be worse.
Yeah, I ain't too keen to get back out after our last venture in the woods. At night.
That was a rough night.
That was a rough night.
Yeah.
I feel like the first 2 days Haru was back, he just slept. Like, I could finally sleep in a bed that isn't terrible.
And there was probably some corpse-filled nightmares.
Oh, yeah. How many people have I killed that could have gotten back up? Don't like this idea.
So many. All of them. None of them. Most of them. All of them.
Half of them. And I mean, half the bodies will back up and the other half is still kind of dead, so you just got this...
Or worse, twice of them, because you cut them in half and then both halves come back to life.
Oh, and then you puree them and they turn into little microscopic.
Fun fact, that's the only way you can hook yourself.
Oh, God.
What if you're
Tonight's Grim Fact brought to you by Austin.
what if you're a contortionist?
That was a Halloween fun fact. If you're a contortionist, then it's not hugging, it's stretching.
Wow.
So what's the plan? Getting pretty late. Still, sundown. It's probably a little ways off. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're right out now. You'd definitely be camping out in the forest, but you might be camping out in the forest anyway. Who knows how far these bandits got with a steam wagon.
Haru's gonna go out on the patio that most taverns, saloons usually
The
have.
veranda.
Yeah, that word. And smoke on his pipe and think about what he should do, because he's torn between his duty of looking for Shengjin and this, caution of going out into the dark willingly. I mean, he much more prefer, in a weird way, he'd honestly prefer if they ended up having to stay out in the dark instead of choosing to go.
starting in dark is just a bad idea in general.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that one.
Well, we have to wait for Mr. Graves to sober up, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
He was dropping all those cards. He's clearly wasted.
He's probably never sober, let's be honest.
Deputy, I'm feeling perfectly fine, though. I'll be frank, I ain't nothing too keen to be going out in the forest after dark. You know what I mean. I think you do know what I mean. I saw your face when you came riding back into town a couple weeks ago after chasing that circus trinket. You saw some things out there.
It's just going to stare at him and not say anything.
You got intimidation?
I don't think I do.
Kind of law enforcement are you? You don't have intimidation.
That was one of the first things I thought of was some like intimidation and
Nope,
taunt.
I don't.
Roll spirit then.
Oh.
I have -2 charisma.
Where's that guy? He's hiding.
Go ahead and roll spirit. You sure you want to be
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel needs to be badass.
Okay,
here.
alright.
Alright, just get all your
Here,
benefits.
you get 4.
Alright, perfect.
You give him that deadpan stare. But he doesn't break. Neither do you break, he just sits
I'm
there.
staring at this.
Because you're not quite able to stare him down into acknowledging, like, oh, alright, he's just kind of, you stare at,
So after a long pause, Rachel's just gonna say, "Don't talk about stuff you ain't fucking know," and then she'll leave the bar.
Whoa. What if he does know, though?
sounds like the,
Because she's got her huge scar too on her.
yeah, that's true. So, maybe Graves is a little bit shaken, Wow. Looks like the deputy has seen a thing or two out there in the woods. Frankly, I'd like to get some good old shut-eye before we head on out, if that ain't too inconvenient for the rest of you.
Like I've already said, I'm okay with going out in the morning.
And, Graves, where we find you in the morning?
What say we reconvene right outside the sheriff's office?
I'm not hearing what I've left.
I reckon my day ain't complete unless I've seen Sheriff Ross's friendly smile. Just fills my heart with warmth. Sheriff Ross never smiles.
Okay. Bye.
Succinct.
So, we gonna follow him?
No, we're gonna go to bed.
Rachel's actually gonna. Is Ross still in the sheriff's office?
Yeah, he is.
She's gonna.
He's got his whiskey. That bottle is. I explained for them earlier. He had a half-empty bottle of whiskey. That bottle is slowly made its way down towards the quarter.
That's what I imagine. He's sitting at his desk, about to take a swig of his whiskey, and Rachel just kicks the door open. It's startling him, where he's trying to catch the whiskey glass, and you're oh god.
You see him start a little bit, oh.
And she's just going,
yes, deputy.
Jonathan Graves. I could just. Well, can I just shoot him, please? Will you let me shoot him, Ross? Just let me shoot him.
I mean, you're more than welcome to shoot him, deputy, but I might have to dock you a couple months' pay.
That smug son of a bitch.
What'd he do now?
Nothing, apparently.
Well, then what the fuck are you all riled up for? If he didn't do nothing. Usually only get riled when he does something. Only we ain't got no proof that he did it.
Yeah. Anyways, you mentioned Lazarus Black might be in town, so they played poker with him. Thought you ought to know.
You're gonna have to remind me, deputy. Who's Lazarus Black?
He is A wanted Confederate. He's been murdering people all up and down, all out west.
What about one of his books?
I only know because he had me cooped up on that cot all damn week.
When you all passed Haru walking out of the saloon,
That's why I employ you, deputy.
he would have given you acknowledgement about what the plan was and
Okay.
gone to his room.
Blazer is black. Now there's a feller who got a little too accustomed to war.
I'll say. Do you want me to stay with Haru? Or do you want me to just see if I can bring Lazarus on in?
It's getting pretty dark out there. I'd say you wait till dawn. Go out there with
Matsuhara.
Thank you.
Would Rachel call you that too? Or is Haru alright?
He hasn't corrected you yet, so you can assume that you can call him Haru.
Go out there with Matsuhara-san, and at Daisy and Macario. I reckon they'll help keep you alive. Don't think you're fooling me none, deputy. I seen him. You heard him.
Fine.
You ain't. But you go out there, you find out who fucking killed those people, and you bring them to justice, whether that be by the end of the gun or back here at the end of the rope.
So it's not.
I'll make sure folks around here stay safe. And, fuck, take care of the goddamn paperwork too. That's all I seem to fucking do around here anymore. Paperwork. Deputy,
Yeah.
you'll want to be the sheriff.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Maybe this year, yeah. Because I quitting.
So I turn around and leave.
You sure you don't want this nice shiny badge? I'll switch.
I'm already gone, Ross. Damn behind her.
Where do you go?
Well, we're.
Yeah. Harvey went back to the Jacksonville Inn, but he's going to have a bath.
Okay.
Probably listen to some music or something in there. Was it the general room? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what the name of it is.
The lobby?
Sure. Elevator music. But there's no elevators. Where is Macario?
Yeah, I think Macario's just going to kind of hit the sack.
Okay.
He's just going to trust everything's going to be fine in the morning.
Sure. Daisy?
I'm going to go to boarding house and,
Okay. $3.
okay.
Oh, yeah, $3.
You riding out to your homestead, or
Yeah, so she'll ride out.
there's a cot and a jail cell for you.
Well, I imagine
Elevators
Sarah hasn't
exist.
been home.
Oh, do they?
1853. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're pretty old.
Yeah,
Alright, there you go.
Yeah, I actually remember that.
I don't know if the
Used to know the name
Jacksonville
of the
Inn
guy who
is
invented it.
big enough to have an elevator.
That I do.
So Rachel's like literally been staying in jail this entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is her first time home then since the whole shit went down in the woods.
Probably.
Oh, okay. So
There's
then-
spider webs all over
Yeah,
everything.
she's gonna like ride up to her
Probably
house.
you got back. You maybe did an interview with the newspapers. The rest of them did, and then you went on home. And you came back in the next day, limping in, still broken and busted, and saying like, "I'm going on patrol, sheriff." And Sheriff Ross just like, "No, you're not. You're hurt. You're gonna go take a lie down and have the doctor look at you." And when you said, "No, I'm fine," he basically just like steered you over. Nope.
Okay, well, so she'll go home basically and kind of putter around her house, like, feed Scout.
Scott was like, "Oh goodness, water, something other than a whiskey."
She'll just like watch Scout like just lapping up his water, like frantically and just like.
I honestly imagine him like every so often when he really wanted water, would go out to like the water trough for the horses and like start drinking out of it when the horses came over. He'd like look up, growl, and go back to it.
You don't understand, man. The sheriff he
gonna,
keeps
like,
streaming me whiskey.
Watching him like laugh, and just be like, Sheriff, fed you whiskey, didn't it? He's out. And then she'll probably make herself something to eat. I can imagine like some bread maybe, and like maybe like some
Dried meat.
Yeah.
Haru, before falling asleep, writes another letter home saying, the search continues. I'm having to deal with these people and their strange problems that they have here, but I will hopefully one day be home soon. If they're getting delivered to somebody...
Who are you sending these to?
I'm thinking that he's sending them to his mother and father.
Okay.
And then I think Rachel might carve some rooms.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
What are you carving?
Loaded for bear. That's fucking awesome.
If they're like they make it over there, they could be dead. If he's getting letters back, I don't know.
He's not getting letters back. Now,
Change in political climate happens, so there's a big possibility that people just completely disowned him because he's been gone so long.
it's possible. Maybe they're getting sent and they're getting stopped in Shanfan. No telling precisely.
Yeah,
where
I assumed as such, he's...
Or maybe your letters are getting to Shanfan and not...
Whatever.
No, who knows?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. He goes into the mail kid or whatever it is and hope for the best, but he's also ultimately aware he's been gone a long time. So.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
So that's one.
So that's one bullet wasted.
Yeah. One PowerPoint. But not a failure, it's not one. Right.
Right.
7. So that's one.
I'll succeed.
It's 5, right? That I can do at a time. So that's
Yeah.
4.
Yeah,
so
you're
that's
good.
A raise.
Yep.
So
I don't think raises do anything for you. I mean,
Doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think it does it. I don't think it does either. That's a success. So that's and the last one. Success. So she's got 4 loaded for bear bullets.
Okay.
And like I kind of
you can still go for that 5th one.
Oh.
Basically, at this point, since you're doing it so far ahead in advance, you're basically wasting a bullet on that one failure.
No, it's fine. She'll just. It's like something she's. The way I envision it, it's like she's sitting at her table, and it's almost like meditative for her. She's just like focusing on carving the runes, and then when she's done carving, she'll go to bed.
Okay.
Is it a full moon tonight?
High or low?
Low.
No.
So you don't turn into a werewolf.
I wouldn't anyway, but I was just going to make a joke like, Macario enjoys the full moon before going to bed.
Yeah, you all make your preparations, and I think... How's everyone feeling right now? Good to keep going? Ready to call it a night?
I'm kind of ready to call it a night.
Ready to call it a night? Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll call it a night here, and we'll pick up with the chase next time. So...
Next time.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in and listening to Valley of Famine, as well as to the Rogue Valley Roleplayers. And hopefully you'll join us again for Episode 4, as our posse of brave heroes goes back into that terrible dark forest to look for whoever attacked this stagecoach. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
So I tweeted earlier today, excitement that Valley of Famine tonight, and Pinnacle Entertainment Group liked my tweet. So witness me.
Witness fair. Shiny and chrome.